USA, USA, USA.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey. Why? Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana, the home of the Combine for the 39th straight year. This Thursday, February 26th, starts now. Football is absolutely spectacular, and we're so incredibly pumped that the next NFL season has already started. So many things have happened here in Indianapolis. So many different rumors have started and been put out. So many different storylines have developed, and which team is going to walk out of the Combine knowing exactly who's going to change their program, change their organization, and maybe get them into a Lombardi conversation sooner than later. The world has seen the New England Patriots do what they did with Vrabel in his first year up there. Liam Cohen down in Jacksonville, how quick he was able to turn that around. Ben Johnson in Chicago, McDonald in Seattle, 2-year turnaround, they win the Super Bowl. The Combine is something that introduces a player to potentially his new home and bosses in a big way. A lot of behind-the-scenes stuff happening around here. Schrager's been talking about it all morning. He talked about how, Howie's got a little different tune about A.J. Brown. Maybe he's listening to some offers. Those are the things that are happening at bars around this beautiful city of Indianapolis, Indiana. I guess, Schrager also is outing the best brunch place in town publicly.
Come on.
Is unbelievable, Schrager. There's some things that need to stay in Fight Club, brother, in this entirety. But Indianapolis is alive. Indianapolis is buzzing. And the NFL is spectacular. We're so incredibly lucky to be here. We got a packed show today. We got Joe Brady and Bean joining us out Buffalo.
Yeah.
We got Nick Caserio joining us out Houston. We got Randy Orton traveling in just a few days before the Elimination Chamber on Saturday or up there in Chicago. We got Governor Mike Braun joining us of Indiana.
Okay.
A lot happening in that world. Are the Chicago Bears coming to Indiana?
Feels like it.
Well, I believe here in Indiana, there's a signing of a bill that's happening that's basically the Bears bill that agrees to all the different tax rights and everything exemptions that are taking place up in Hammond that could potentially lure the Chicago Bears from the great state of Illinois into the better state of Indiana,
Absolutely.
Potentially. Now, Illinois is answering today. They're having a vote. They're having a conversation on what they're going to be able to do for the Chicago Bears. Feels like the Bears team has handled this perfectly. This is a story as old as time. There's been so many different rumors about ownership or teams flying over Los Angeles or San Antonio whenever they're looking for a new stadium. The threat to leave is always the leverage that the team has against the state whenever they're trying to get state-funded stuff. Will Illinois respond to what Indiana offered up? And if Illinois does respond, does Indiana go back to the drawing board? We will ask Governor Mike Braun Braun about that today, and also ask him about hosting the Combine here for 39 straight years. It is a spectacular thing. It is a massive piece of it. We're very thankful that he's stopping by. And then we got Dan Morgan, general manager of the Carolina Panthers, a man who I don't think has blinked in 2 years, but he's certainly done something special down in Charlotte. We'll talk about all the other sports that are happening. Some magic's happening, obviously, in the NHL, and the NBA's got stuff cooking, and the PWHL is obviously on a run. The Boston Fleet are an absolute problem. The Minnesota Frost, though, kind of getting in there.
Pretty good.
And the team up there in Ottawa and Vancouver, and then over in Seattle, they got a good squad as well. So there's magic happening in sports, and we can't wait to chit-chat about all of it. Joined by an incredible group of boys. Tone Diggs is here. We appreciate the hell out of you, Tone. Yesterday, you gave us a couple bets of the day. You said we think people are going to run fast, and we think people are going to bench press strong. Today, is there any bets there, or would you like to kind of compound, double down on your bets from yesterday, or do we have new bets to potentially look at here at the Combine? We're not saying that you should be out here gambling on Combine. But,
however,
if you're looking to gamble on the Combine,
which some people are,
there are some things in the book that can certainly make these underwear Olympics a lot more interesting in the way we look at it.
Yeah, so yesterday I did too. I started with the 40-yard dash, which the over-under is 4.265, which is absolutely flying. The fastest last year was 4.28. I did go with the under this year because there's a couple guys who ran 23.7 miles per hour this year on the field. Chris Hilton Jr. of LSU and Brennan Thompson of Mississippi State. So that translates to a 4.26, okay? I did the math. I did the equations. I see you side-eyeing me, okay?
Up and Tony.
Yeah. So I'm just saying there's a chance out here.
Chat GP Tony.
Yes, thank you. Out here on the Coconut Husk, there's a chance it goes under 4.265. I do not think the under 4.21 Xavier Worthy is going to be in trouble this year. I think he's still going to be the record holder. And then the other one was the bench press one, also an equation I did. Guys who are bench over 500 for one rep translates to over 33 or 35.5 for the bench press. So I went over on that one. Today, I do have two more.
Here we go, Tony. Hey, what did you do with your Super Bowl bets of the week? How was that record?
It was 4-1, I believe.
Okay, so we need to potentially listen to you and see what you're seeing.
The only one that didn't go over was Sam Darnold passing yards. You know, they didn't have to pass late.
Kenneth Walker wins the MVP. Yeah. Obviously, that's going to be a part of it. But, hey, Connor, Boston Connors here, and college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner A.J. Hawk is here. What we're not taking into account, he was seeing the board maybe during Radio Row. That was the end of the season. He had the AP vote. He was really dialed in. He's just been boozing for the last 2 weeks with his wife. Have you seen what him? Great times.
Fantastic.
Every time.
Yeah. They're calling him the mayor of the elbow room down there in Lottie Dottie.
No, that's Chuck.
When Chucky's out, you're kind of in step there with his kind of vibes there.
Because the way he's selling these bets of the Combine, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. But then I got to remember, this dude's been boozing on a beach for 2.5 weeks. Yep. So he's seeing the board.
You are not wrong. You're 1,000% not wrong. But I took my vacation Thursday to Tuesday of that first week into the second week. I've been clean, dry, and sober for a week. Okay?
Studying.
Well, I don't believe
Well, I drank a lot on Friday and Saturday, but...
Boom.
Oh, yeah, espresso martini. You weren't there, actually. Okay, so you missed the martini yesterday.
See?
All right, okay.
But no, I think we're good. We did the research or whatever. Today, I wanted to start with the broad jump. It is over under 11.458 feet, which is 137.5 inches, is the over-under there, juiced to the longer. And I think that's because Jeff Caldwell, he's a wide receiver out of Cincinnati, jumped 11.9 this last year in their testing at Cincinnati, which would go over by, 4 or 5 inches there. There's a couple other there. Sonny Styles, the Ohio State linebacker, is an absolute freak, okay? An absolute freak. I don't know if he's going to go more than this, but he's a freak. But the guy, Jeff Caldwell out of Cincy, the wide receiver who jumped 11.9 in this offseason, I believe is who I'm going to go with to go over on the broad jump. The last year, Eamon Warrior jumped 138. That was the longest last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we're playing on another.
Do you know the longest ever?
Warrior?
What's the longest ever at the Combine? I think
I saw like 142 or something like that.
That's
so much. No, those guys are so explosive. When you can broad jump like that, it's just absolute freak among freaks.
So I didn't play football growing up, so maybe it affected me. That one I can never figure out.
I'm not good at landing. Landing hurts.
I cannot figure out how do I jump that. I can always jump up. Like it's
kind of a combination up and out.
Combination. Yeah, you got to kind of go out there. But it involves, that's explosive.
Yes.
That is where you judge it. Like obviously the vertical is explosion. How explosive are you? Normally bigger asses are
Booze
getting
is
higher.
going up
That's
there.
normally where you can kind of judge explosion. A lot of ash judging happening here at the Combine because that can kind of tell you the type of athlete. It's kind of an indicator in this entire thing. Broad jump, though, you have to create something out of nothing while also going forward. That's the most difficult one, I think, in my eyes. If we get somebody going longer than 137.5, longer than Eamon Warren, I'd be incredibly impressed.
Yeah, but Tony's locked in on these, too. We got to remember when he became the COVID Cowboy, he had to go into a hole. Now, this is kind of a boozy beach tone. It's probably down there in Florida.
A lot of people say my best.
Yeah, that helps him more than anything. Like we
Socially.
Even just going yesterday, even just going to yesterday to his over bench press, idea. You come to today, and all of a sudden, I got the longest arms out of every D lineman in the Combine this year. I'm starting to think that bench press might go over 40, and the over-under was 35.5.
A lot of people talking about arm size and arm length, and it'll certainly come up in our conversation because it is a big storyline, especially with Bain, which how much respect we have with him, and Cassius Howell, how much respect we have for him. Their arms are coming in shorter than like anybody in the history of ball, basically. And their defensive ends and edges, and when it happens to tackles out there, it's hand-to-hand combat. And if you lose the reach advantage in hand-to-hand combat, that's a problem. So that is why it's a storyline, and teams will certainly look at that, and how they judge it and how they view it versus the tape and everything is obviously different. We think Bain and Howell are both dogs, but we're just saying those are real stats whenever you're talking about NFL tackles and everything like that. But what it does bode well for is the bench press.
Yeah.
Especially when it's big guys. When big guys got that barrel chest like AQ Shipley. AQ Shipley.
Got to move it 3 inches.
He was built like the Michelin tire man there for a while. Had the second smallest, shortest arms in the history of the NFL. 12-year NFL vet, Super Bowl champion. He has always been good at the back arch.
They
like
let him arch his back all the way up.
All the way this way. And then all of a sudden,
that's it.
and it's like, you do 60 of them. It's like, must be nice. And then you have the conversation, but you're going to get long-armed by everybody's, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the bench. So it does feel like this is just today, and it's just a couple big names. This might be a short-armed class, and that bodes very well for the bench. They might debunk all the theories going forward.
Yeah, there are a couple barrel-chested D linemen that I didn't mention yesterday. Dante Corleone, the Godfather, out of Cincinnati, and then Big Citrus out of Iowa State. Both of them have a chance to go over the bench. But my last bet for today, so I went under on the 40. We're going to be fast.
Yep.
We're going to be strong with the bench. We're going to jump far with the broad. I'm going under on this one. It's 43.5 for the vertical jump, which is just
43 and core.
Oh, did it change?
43.25.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
You're right. 43.25, which is on me. Eamon Warren was 43.5 last year. He's kind of the measuring stick. I don't think anybody's getting there this year. I mean, I got a couple guys. Sonny Styles, who I mentioned, was a basketball freak, Ohio State, but he's 250 pounds. Okay. Eli Stowers, the tight end out of Vandy, is an absolute freak. Kenyon Sadiq jumped 42 inches in the offseason. He might get close, but I don't see anyone getting 43.5.
That's huge. The athletes are insane. Let's go to AJ Hawk, one of those athletes.
Yes.
Yeah, one of those guys that did his absurd stuff alongside Bobby Carpenter. Wearing all white tights in front of the NFL, letting them peacock around, get a little check, get a little look, see how you doing, keep it moving. AJ, a lot of notables working out today. Tone, who are some guys that are going to be notables that we have obviously, I don't want to say superstardom, but guys that are very notable that are going to be working out or not working out today? What is kind of the news?
Yeah, I don't know if you can pull him up or not, Foxy, but we'll start with David Bailey, the edge from Texas Tech. 14.5 sacks in 2025. He was one of the leaders in the nation. He transferred from Stanford to Texas Tech. They spent a shit ton of money on him, and it was very, very well spent. He's supposed to go in the top 5. He's going to be out there today doing the drills. I talked about Sonny Styles a lot because he is my Nick Eamon Warrior of this year. And I'm not talking about he's not a safety, obviously, and he's not going to fall to the second round or whatever. I'm just talking about physically gifted dudes. He had one missed tackle on the entire year. He's an absolute freak. He's going to broad jump 11. He's going to vert 40. He's going to run well. Sonny Styles is up there. Everyone should know his name. The other one, Arvell Reese, okay?
Well, Arvell? Or?
Yes. Allegedly, it was potentially a clerical error.
A clerical error.
Oh. Excuse me.
Yeah, we were trying to do the right thing because we've been a part of a few of these before in the biggest way whenever we're announcing a draft pick where names have changed or pronunciations have changed, and we try to get it right because whenever people say McAfee, I say, no, it's McAfee, and then they say...
Like the antivirus?
Bingo. And that's always the interaction that I have to have. And then I say it's more than an antivirus, which it is. You should certainly download the app, by the way. We should play a little defense against these trolls. So I, as somebody who's had my name pronounced wrong for a large portion of my life, I'll never forget. I think we were playing in Washington, primetime game. PA announcer. Coming out the kick, opening kickoff or whatever. Adam Vinatieri. Okay.
Oh, that's
Wasn't.
not an easy one.
Was
Kind of cool, though.
Was not. I'm out there. I'm like, that's sick. Okay. So then I kick it off, and then somebody told him, hey, that's not Adam Vinatieri. Next one, coming out to kick, Pat McAfee. I'm like, all right. Hopefully we get out here again for a third one. And then literally the third one hit McAfee or whatever. So we try to get it right.
Yeah.
So allegedly there was a little something happened.
Yeah.
Arvell.
Still Arvell Reese.
Yeah.
And
still
as we saw this year, he is an absolute monster. Okay, he's getting the Micah Parsons treatment because he played off the ball a lot at Ohio State. He's projecting, a lot of people projecting him to play on the ball. Look at that absolute monster. He is huge. He's the same size as Sonny Styles. He's supposed to run really well today. And then the last one, who is the only one on this list who's not projected in the first round, Jacob Rodriguez, is an absolute monster, though. Over the last 2 seasons, 255 tackles and 15 forced turnovers. Everyone's very, very excited to see what he runs and what he does today because production-wise, he's an absolute monster.
He can make himself a bunch of money today.
Yeah, and I think the more they talk to him, the more they're going to like him. And then they're going to start watching more film. He was a quarterback whenever he went to college, and then obviously he won $250,000, Con, man.
Yeah, no big deal. And he reeks of one of those guys that everybody knows when you're, watching college football, but then for some reason doesn't go in the first round because of some bullshit. I don't know if maybe
like third round.
Exactly. Intimidated by the stash, and he ends up going in the second or third, and then he's, first team, all rookie, whatever. And he's one of those guys that feels like everyone's fan favorite. Like some guys like Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles, polarizing because they're OHIO Buckeyes. Rodriguez, it feels like everybody wants that guy on their team.
Wife's an Army Blackhawk helicopter pilot, badass, and and with that throw, raised $250,000 for the Children of Fallen Patriots Foundation. It's like unbelievable dude every time we've been around him. And he was a quarterback coming into college. And then he becomes this linebacker. And then he just starts taking over everything. But right now it feels like, AJ, we're back in linebacker Ohio State world. It really is. Arvell and Sonny. Arvell was the guy that Sean told me about before game day.
Yes.
So we had Ohio State, Texas first week of game day. Obviously it was gigantic. Arch Manning taking on Julian Sand, the reigning champs taking on a rematch of the semifinal. Yeah. I mean, it was gigantic. And right before I went up on stage, it happens every week whenever I'm doing that show, I try to ask quick hitters before I get up there by whoever it is, AD or somebody that works in the building. There's a guy named Sean Perkins who is with Ohio State. We love this guy. So right before I'm about to go up stage, I'm like, hey, who's somebody that if I say that, hey, I'll sound like a genius. That is what I'm trying to do right now. You know it. I don't know who it is. I haven't been in practice. You have. And he goes, Arvell Reese is the guy you need to say. And I go, that's a sick name too. And then I get up there and then I get towards the end. And I'm making the pick, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? I forgot his name. But then you watch the season go, he was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was absolutely everything. Him and Sonny were special. Ohio State's got some weapons coming into this draft class, but I think that's just norm for you guys, I guess?
Yeah, that's norm. These two are not the norm when it comes to, physical stature and freak athletic ability. I mean, guys like this don't come around very often. Both 6'4", almost 6'5", 230, 250 pounds between there somewhere. And I mean, Arvell Reese, he's developed there. He hadn't played for a couple years. He played sparingly, had to, was just putting on weight, becoming a better player, and then he has a breakout year. Sonny Styles came in with a bunch of hype, I watched Sonny Styles play. I believe he reclassified, so it would have been his junior year of high school in the state finals, Division I state finals, the biggest division in Ohio, and he was an unbelievable basketball player as well. Sonny's dad played at Ohio State. His brother plays there. Just a great line of athletes, but guys that I think will impress not only in the classroom, but obviously on the field. We'll see whatever their numbers they put up, but looking for big days from them.
Okay, so those are the notables that'll be working out today here at beautiful Ladas, host of the NFL. I don't know if this is going to remain here forever, but I do like that we just signed another 2-year extension.
Yeah, sweet.
It's a perfect setup medical-wise. I mean, everything is perfect, but you saw what they did with the draft. I was very lucky that I got to announce the 2-year extension with the Combine and visit Indy and Indianapolis and everything like that. And immediately after announcing, what up, John Lynch? Hey, good luck out there, dude.
With the team.
Yeah, I think he is. He said we will
do anything. He knows. We'll look into it. Check it out.
He will definitely look into it. But the NFL, they started opening up tickets, 3 years ago for this thing? 4 years ago? And the numbers have only doubled each single year that they go. And with what the draft has done, it's only a matter of time, it feels like, till they're going to try to move it. The only thing holding it back is the medical is the most important part of this. So you can't just pick up all that and just kind of go
to have MRI machines everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
And the coaches and GMs are so comfortable with it here. The draft is one thing because The coaches and GMs, they're not there. The teams aren't there. Like, they're in their own war rooms or whatever. So the draft is really just the people setting up the draft, the NFL, stuff like this. This is the coaches and GMs and all the scouts. They're just so comfortable with all their meeting spots here, where they're
Boozing
walking every
spots.
single day. Yeah, what they do. Where
A
the
lot
Broncos-
of boozing out of these football guys. You know, they're saying the younger generation booze is down like 150% or something like that. I forget what it's like, an absurd, crazy number. Which, congrats to them if that's what they're.
Sure,
we'll
I guess,
pick them up.
right?
It'll be cyclical. It'll be cyclical. These football dudes are all from the era of we're hammering beers and we're doing football, and there's a lot of that happening around town. It is a special vibe here. Speaking of special, there's a couple people that could have special days. I think you already mentioned one of them.
Yeah, so there's a lot of guys who we just mentioned, the Nodals, who everybody knows. Those are like household names. A few guys that I wanted to point out who aren't household names unless you're super into college football. I want to start with a Cincinnati linebacker, Jake Golday. You're gonna look at him and be like, is this guy actually going to perform well? I don't know why you would say that, but just looking at him.
Why?
Why is he saying
Why did you say that? Tell
I
me.
think it's because
he's Irish?
Yes, because he's Irish. But this
Is
dude,
Gold Day? Gold Day?
It is today.
Yeah, so-
Jacob Gold Day?
Yeah, Jaco Golday, yeah. Goldale.
But he's going to be another one of these guys who is 6'4", 6'5", 240, 250. At Cincinnati, when they did their testing, he would have been number one in the combine last year for both the 20-yard shuttle, the 3-cone drill, and then also the broad jump. He would have been like second or third last year. So he's supposed to test out of the market today. He's going to be a really, really good guy for these teams in this combine. The second guy that I want to look at is Kyle Lewis. He's from Pitt. He's a bit of an undersized linebacker, but that's fine because he moves like an undersized. He moves really well. He's not like a stiff, undersized linebacker. He's really good in coverage. He has 10 sacks the last 2 years, 6 interceptions, 180 tackles. He's not afraid to stick his nose in there, and he's supposed to run really well today. And then the last guy that I wanted to talk about is out of Illinois, the edge, Gabe Akis, who is just absolutely huge. He's another like 6'5", 270 guy, over 20 miles per hour on the readings this year, 19 sacks the last 2 years. He benched over 30 reps. He's an absolute freak. He's another one who is supposed to show out here at the combine.
This is what the combine is. It's just viral moments.
Yes.
Whenever people do something absurd, it's a viral moment. And then Rich and Daniel Jeremiah are kind of guiding you through everything else. We're having a podcast. We're talking ball. And then, oh, shit, what just happened out here? These are the guys that could potentially steal the show today, is what you're saying in your eyes.
Yes, these guys it was crazy because last year was a lot of guys who you weren't sure about, the names you weren't sure about who performed really well. This year was Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese, and all the top names are also supposed to be the athletic.
How's Gabe's last name spelled or said there?
Akis.
Okay.
The J is silent.
It looks like.
Oh, like Django. But D.
Oh, yeah, so very different then.
First letter.
What is
first
it
letter.
What is it then?
Akis, I believe.
Akis.
Just
God,
drop
the
it.
amount of people that have called him jackass, I don't like it. I don't
He should
like
lean into it, though.
Well, especially whenever he jacks this entire place up.
For sure,
yeah.
We
Jackass.
all over 'em.
Jackass.
We
yeah.
can't wait to watch. Okay, let's move away from the workouts on the field. Let's move to the people that are judging them. Okay, let's move to the people that are the gatekeepers for the NFL. And let's move to a city that we absolutely love. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, the general manager and the head coach of the Buffalo Bills, just dapping up Josh McCown, the general manager, Brandon Beane, and Joe Brady. Appreciate you, dude. How you doing, man? Good to see you, dude. Can't wait to see you. Hey, Joe, how about the... All right, yeah, I'll wait. Yeah, you can't.
Joe, pleasure meeting you.
Joe, good to see you. Hey, Joe, we've been doing this quarterback throw thing at the end. I just want to let you know, Brandon Beane hustled us out of a big money donation thing whenever he was golfing. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. You lied about his score.
Yeah, you
lied.
remember that when he did
He
that?
sandbagged us.
So I would like to let you know, Joe, I am not letting you throw. Mr. Bean, you're going to have to throw at the end of this thing.
I love
Just
it.
have that in your back of your mind.
I love it.
Bean's
I
a
love
hustler.
it.
Bean's
I
a
love
hustler.
it. Somehow I'm going to lose this bet.
Yeah, certainly. I can't wait to see how much you donate. That's so cool that you're doing that. Bean, it feels like you love this entire process. We've had the opportunity. You've opened up your doors for us to kind of watch through your eyes on how this whole process works. Whenever you get back out here, what is the thing that you're most eager for? Is it learning about the guys? Is it what is the thing that you're most eager? Or is it the backdoor boozing deals that are going on all around town, Beano? What is it, though, for you that you look forward to most out here?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it is fun to see everybody. It's the whole NFL is pretty much here for a week, but I think the funnest part for me is getting these meeting rooms for 20 minutes. And it sounds boring, but just seeing where these guys are, what their football foundation is, kind of what their knowledge is of the game, where they're going, who they've learned from, who they've played for. Just it's a chance to finally hear what they know. You see them with with their helmet and their uniform on, but you really don't know. Some guys look like they're smart, but you get them on the board. Maybe the guy next to him, if it's no lineman, maybe the guy next to him is kind of helping them, and they don't know as much. So we just literally finished again this morning with another 8 or 9 guys, and we got a few more later.
Okay, so let's fire you up. I like that you have good energy in there. Is there anything that you asked specifically that helps you know about the human a little bit? Like yesterday, what did Schneider say? What cereal do you eat in the morning?
Yep.
And I gave him a full answer about how Fruity Pebbles is the right answer because it's the most consistent and also never changed with any of the government bylaws. You know, the Cocoa Puffs used to be much more cocoa-y, and then we had to get rid of some of the stuff, and then it wasn't as good. Fruity Pebbles has remained great throughout the entirety. And on the back of every Fruity Pebbles box, you kind of learn something. You know, there's some little trivia thing on there, so I feel like I'm getting better in the morning. If I would have given him that answer, I'm sure that would have been an answer that they would have told other people later, like, this fucking asshole just gave me this.
First round pick.
But is there any of those things that are happening, like, for real? Because we've heard these stories, like, what's the appliance? What's this? Like, are you asking any of these weird questions to try to get them off the script, or is it just kind of like, hey, let's talk here and be a human and try to figure it out?
Nah, we don't get too crazy. I mean, Joe's got some pretty good questions he throws out at them.
What do you do, Joe? What do you say?
Like nothing. Yeah, install offense. See what they know. No, nothing. I just want to know football. Like just, I like trying to get. You can tell when the guy you ask him a question, and that's what they've been practicing for the last few months, right? So, I always like to ask them like, hey, what's one play you want back? And football guys, right? They're naturally thinking about the. Look, we don't want the negatives, right? But like when a guy's sitting there and he's like for 10 minutes is like, I don't remember any play that I want back. It's like, are you going to bed thinking about football? And what'd you learn from that? You know what I mean? Like, if it's going to happen again, do you remember? So there's always.
Because you only think about the bad plays.
Yeah.
In my head.
You're supposed to.
I just went through.
Instantly.
Whenever you said one play you went back, and there was 14 things that I did that were the worst that I've ever done, and I wanted to never show my face in public again. Yeah.
Well, you'd be surprised. There's quarterbacks, right? And it's like, man, we played a bowl game a month ago, and it was like, how many touchdowns did you throw this past year? And they know how many touchdowns, right? And it was like, well, what was the play of the last touchdown? And don't remember. I'm like, well, there's going to be times where you're playing football and, you threw a pick, that safety was off the hash cover too. And you're like, the next time I get that look, man, I'm not going to get fooled by it. But if you can't even remember the play call from your touchdown, Drew Brees, I bet if I asked Drew Brees a play right now, Sean Payton would talk about some things and he'd be like 20 years ago and he'd be like, that wasn't the play call, this was the play call.
So that's just like the separator of like football IQ, it seems like, and also buy-in to ball. What has it been like with him as the head coach? Sounds like you've really enjoyed the opportunity of a fresh conversation or a fresher conversation in these meetings.
It's been great. Joe's brought a great perspective just from an offensive guys. First time he's sat in on defensive guys, so just kind of picking their brains. He's probably stealing stuff for himself, but
smart.
Which is always
steal
smart.
everything.
Yeah,
absolutely, man.
But no, it's been good. There's been a good energy. We bring the position coach in as well, who I kind of tee it off with him just to kind of get him warmed up, ask him a couple things. Just why'd you come out early? Why did you transfer 3 times? The crazy world we're in. Was it just money? Was it opportunity? Whatever it is. But at that point, turn it over to the position coach. He's kind of running the film or putting them on the board, and then Joe and I are kind of just chiming in. Hey, what was your weight there? You looked heavy this game, or just kind of try to see what they own up to. Sometimes you're even asking them stuff about, hey, I know you got suspended for a game. We kind of know why they got suspended. A weed violation, or one of them's covering up like a smoke detector in a hotel or something. Just see what they own up to, and if they, of course, we've run into 4 or 5 guys that. They're never going to smoke weed again.
True.
They should. If
nobody does it anymore.
Allegedly.
Hey, if it got him here, they need to keep doing it. Okay, that's my take on this entire thing. And Laramie Tunzel should have been the #1 overall pick when that video came out and he didn't cough. His lungs were better than anybody's lungs in the history. I sent a text to the building and I was like, hey, I've seen the particular device that is currently going viral right now. The fact that he did not cough tells me
go get him.
He is
all pro.
And look at him now. Exactly. Yeah. Those are my scouting things. You guys all have.
Everyone's got their
own.
Yep.
Okay, those of you got your own. Last question for me before the boys have some. And we appreciate you guys, and we will appreciate the hell out of you as this continues to go for being so nice to us. Your organization is incredibly kind to us, always has been. And I don't know if you'll give me this away, but is there years where you're coming in knowing exactly what you're looking like? Hey, we need to do this, we need this, and we need this. Like, is there a hyper focus, or are you looking for best players right now?
No, we're truly looking for best players because one of the things about the draft, you don't know how free agency is going to play out, even with your own guys.
How much money do you have?
Not enough.
$100 million is what Tennessee got yesterday. We were talking about.
Yeah.
But it's only going up, though. It feels like
it is. But we know what the range is going to be. We still, it's not a final number yet, but we
got to work to get under, or
we're probably going to be 15 to 19, 20 over that we got to get under, and we've already started doing some maneuvers. We restructured Spencer Brown the other day to get 10.5 back, but we know we have some more work to do over the next couple of weeks so that A, we can get under, and B, we can make the moves we need to make.
AJ has a question for you guys.
Yeah, fortunately, we got a quarterback that we pay that makes life a little easier for us too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Anytime you're talking to anybody that comes to the combine, there's two. There's haves and have-nots. The haves are the ones that have a quarterback, okay, and the have-nots are. We got to build a team around this guy.
Yeah,
and it's a different animal.
They just freed up 50 with Mahomes. Chiefs did, I think, last week or whatever, just because his contract is used. I'm sure Josh will do that.
So you trying to learn? Are you trying to learn?
Well, there's one thing to free it up. There's another if he would give some back. That's what.
Yeah,
so if you could talk to Josh and tell him to give some back.
Josh
you need to give him more.
He's a father now.
Yeah, you need to give him more.
He's busy. Congrats.
Trying to steal from his kids.
Yeah, this guy's an asshole.
Good Lord.
Those are going to be golden diapers.
He earned it, by the way. Earned it.
Yes, and this for both of you, but Coach, you can go first. I guess when you're watching guys run and work out, let's say today, are you just trying to, say you're really high on certain people from their film and their tape and their production? Are you just trying to confirm, hey, this guy's not – he plays very fast on film, but I don't want him to go into 4.85 if he's playing linebacker. Are you just trying to confirm what you see on film for the guys you like? And then, how do you balance that with some of these guys that jump out of nowhere, I guess, to the casual fan, all of a sudden have a great combine, and you think, oh, this guy's super fast, he's going to be a great football player, which isn't always the case. How do you balance that, I guess?
Yeah, well, shoot, sometimes there's guys that we know play really fast, and you hope they run a 4.8. It helps us a little bit.
Yeah, you celebrate drops.
Good, nice 40, man. Good slow start. Look, at the end of the day, right? This is important, right? That's why we're here. But they put a lot of clips.
But their resume's on tape already.
You know what I mean?
Right?
You played linebacker at Ohio State. That's I could have had a great workout or not, but you saw what I
you don't have to
like
kiss
when I was
his ass
playing.
Like that.
No, trust me.
Not him.
Look, I've sat in a lot of formals with all these defensive players, right? So I'm learning all this stuff right now. So I see what it was like. But yeah, look, I like watching what they're like when they're not doing the drills. Are they out by themselves? You're looking at all the little things, not just the workout.
Are they thanking the trainer giving them the water bottle?
Doubt,
right?
right?
Are they making the trainer
squirting?
Are they squirting their own water in the water?
Do you guys have a rule on that?
That's a big one.
Do you have a rule on that?
I do not.
Especially if you don't really know the trainers too, and you're sitting your hands on their hips and they're squirting water in your mouth. I'm he might be crossed off the list.
No, but we are looking at it. You look at everything right now, right? That's everything's an interview right now. So it's just depending on what you take stock in. But yeah, no, it's all important.
You guys have the greatest training staff in the NFL. I would say they won awards for it.
Mm-hmm.
There's the entire thing.
Absolutely.
They're not spraying water in anybody's mouth, right?
No.
Yeah, we were on a crusade against that because it was starting to come into football a little bit.
No, we don't need that.
Oh, yeah.
Like if your gloves, I understand if there's a situation.
I got to be more alert to this.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
I'm bothered right now.
It's about.
No matter how tired you are, you can grab that water bottle and squirt it in your mouth.
All right.
Well, and also, this crew.
We don't give water.
Helps save.
Or that, even
There's no
better.
water.
Even better. Salt tabs.
Get it yourself.
You better get the paddles too. It sounds like. But it feels like if somebody was to not do that for me, just like AJ said, I would just rule them out. And I think you guys have an incredible culture. So, finding the humans and how they interact and everything, it seems like is the most vital part of what you have going on right now if they match your culture. Is there people that get in there after you pick them and you go, man, I was wrong. I was wrong on this? Buyer's remorse, I guess, would happen all the time?
Yeah, I think also.
Or, wow, I didn't expect this guy to be as awesome as a Buffalo Bill.
It's been both, but yeah, there's sometimes you're like, man, I didn't expect this, but that's where you hope a strong culture can. Hey, let's pull them over. Let's don't let them drift over here. Let's help pull them over. There's always guys you say, hey, if that guy went to the wrong city or the wrong team, look out. And we talk about that. Hey, he's got some things. Do we think our culture is strong enough to handle this guy, or do we think he's too far over here? He's just not going to be a fit. He's going to be a turnoff to his teammates.
We don't hate weed in Buffalo. It gets cold up there. Got to be in the house.
Yeah, Canada.
It's all right. Connor has a question for you guys.
Yeah, Brett Veach said something pretty interesting just about the combine in general and the draft. He said, 25 of their top 100 players are going back to college now, and that's something that isn't normal per se, but it's something that will probably continue to go. Have you seen that now with the combine and with the draft in general, that there are older players and you have to kind of factor that in a little bit just because guys have stayed in college 6-7 years at this point? And is that something that you also expect will affect the draft and just kind of how you look at it going forward? And are younger players more at a premium now than ever because of that sense, or is that something that doesn't matter? You're just looking for production once they're in the NFL.
Well, you are looking for young guys that you feel can still grow, not the guys that are not at their ceiling. That's exciting, but and I will agree with that too. There's guys now that we're grading as underclassmen that years ago you'd be like, there's no way he's not coming out. He's going in the second round, third round. The money's going to be too good, but they're still taking it down to the end, waiting, and some of them are going, if I'm a first round pick, I'm coming out. If I'm not, if I'm in the second, I want to come back and see if I can get myself into the first round. And listen, there's agents, there's coaches from college calling, where do you guys see this guy? We're trying to educate ourselves, but the money's so good. I mean, you get $2-3 million to come back, guaranteed money. It's I understand why these guys are going back.
Whenever you think about the NIL era and everything that's happening right now, you being in the building, I think, is good news because you know the culture, you know the team, you know everything like that. But obviously, you coach in college, then you get to the NFL, you do your thing. Have you seen a generational change here? Like, I don't know how you're going to coach.
Yeah.
I haven't been in there. But they talk about, I think a benefit to the NIL era is these guys go through their first amount of money earlier.
Yeah.
So, like the fat pocket syndrome that happens to guys potentially has already happened, maybe, hopefully. You would assume, so you guys don't have to deal with that. But there's obviously other drawbacks as well. How have you kind of experienced this modern era as a coach? I know Josh Allen's cowboy from out in the middle of nowhere, but whenever this younger generation has to mix with you olds in there, how has it, and what is that for you as you view it?
Well, it is unique, right? Like, you watch the draft. Like, I remember growing up, you'd watch and everybody would get drafted. And I mean, everybody's crying. It's like you finally have an opportunity to make money. Where now guys are like, I'm actually taking a pay cut in a sense, right? So it's
actually.
But on the flip side, a lot of times you draft the guy and money is going to change him. Well, we already know what money looks like with this guy. We've seen, hey, did the NIL, did it impact him in college? He got paid his sophomore year, and, man, after his sophomore year, it declined. So we already know that money impacted him. We don't have to wait till we draft him in the first round, and then it's like, oh, what's it going to look like? So it's a different type of player, but at the end of the day, I do think that the money, in a sense, has helped us kind of understand what we're getting a little more.
Are you two going to be on the same page with picks, or are you going to be jumping on the table for a guy and he's going to go behind the door and say he doesn't like a guy? I heard that's what happens with you guys. I heard that's what
You've seen our dynamic already, right?
That whole process, obviously that clip was huge, and everything in the NFL is huge. But what is that dynamic? Because obviously you've been there, done that. You've done a lot of these. Yeah. He has witnessed you do it. You have a lot of success. We go through your shit. You have a lot of success. Now, obviously, having won a Super Bowl, so that is all you're being judged upon, just like Josh, just like what's happening in Baltimore with Lamar. But when it comes to, making selections, how much do you guys agree beforehand? Like, how much input, how does that kind of come about?
Yeah, I mean, I think everything you do, listen, at the end of the day, he's got to make decisions on fourth down. He's got to make decisions what we're going to do with the coin toss.
Yeah, you like points, right? We kick field goals?
Yeah.
I like points. I like touchdowns too, though. But I like points.
Okay.
Don't do it. Take the field goal.
Okay, yeah.
But no, I think it's one of those things. Listen, we're collaborative. We're in lockstep. And the thing about Joe is, we've been through this. We've talked about free agents in the past. We've talked about draft. Joe's sat in the draft room last year to just kind of see some of our process, because about 3 weeks before the draft, we bring the coaches in and just kind of hear their opinion. We keep them separate from the scouting opinion right now, just to see they've Zoomed this player, they've met him here, they might have gone to a pro day. Bring them in, and then Joe and I were talking last year, and he was like, "Man, I'd love to see what y'all do after we come in there." So walk on in, the door's open, and so he kind of saw our process a little bit more. So this year we'll continue to kind of do that, and he sees the process. At the end of the day, it's about getting it right for the Bills. It's not about who I want. It's not about who he wants. There may be an area scout that stands on the table, quote unquote, and convinces us this is the guy or this is not the guy, and we just got to get it right for us. Like I said, it's not going to. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. We go through every scenario beforehand, so when we're getting close to the clock, we've already talked about kind of which way we're going to lean if it's down to this guy or that guy.
How many picks do you have?
We have 7.
I got good news for you, buddy.
You got me some more picks?
No, we'd like one of those. Stephen Holder's reporting. The Indianapolis Colts have given Anthony Richardson permission to seek a trade given his uncertain future in Indy. ESPN has learned he was number 4 overall pick, so you give us your first.
And Josh, maybe.
Yeah, swap Josh and Anthony.
Yeah.
See, remember we were talking about this, last year?
Exactly.
It's
Something to think about. It'd be
Joe,
a big splash.
Let's talk.
Hey, Joe, remember when they drafted Josh, you weren't here. Yeah, you
Not
not your
your
guy.
guy.
Not your guy.
All right, this interview is over.
On that note, Anthony, if you do find a new team, good luck, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, between injuries, missing, learning how to become a pro with not a lot of football, and then the freak accident happening in it all, fresh start could be incredible.
Yep.
And if it's for the Buffalo Bills' #1 overall pick, we will certainly be pumped up about that. Tone has a question for you guys.
Yeah, being the interview can't be over because we haven't done our annual tradition yet. I'm not sure if you've seen wide receiver class is pretty good.
Let's bring it. Let's go.
Who do you like? Who do you like? Who's the wide receiver this year?
I like them all. There's some good ones. We've interviewed a few.
But so do you? I listen to Daniel Jeremiah a lot, and he talks about putting guys in the same neighborhood and in the same houses and the same clusters. And there's a lot of slot wide receivers, and then there's a lot of bigger wide receivers. How do you guys go about that as far as like different body types and different how you judge wide receivers? Do you put them in different groups like that versus slot versus outside, and how does that go for you guys?
Yeah, we talk about both, and we talk about versatility. Is the guy an outside guy only? Is he a slot only? And some of that can determine their value. And like, you may have the physical skill set to play inside and outside, but mentally you can't do it, which is one of the things we're trying to figure out. So is this guy a one-spot guy mentally, and then is he a one-spot guy physically? The guys that you love, you can't get your hands on enough, are the guys like a Khalil Shakir that we got. Khalil is super smart, can play anywhere. He's an inside guy first, but he can go outside and play. So you're looking for as many pieces so that Joe and Pete Carmichael can, when they come out of the huddle, you don't know where they're going to line up. We do the same with our tight end group, our running back group. Just try to have as many different positionless players so that when you come out of the huddle, that just creates opportunities, to get the right mismatch.
I don't want to just pivot completely away from scouting wide receivers, but as you were talking about playing inside, playing outside, I just started thinking about your offense and how awesome it is with Josh and James Cook. Once you became the guy, a year and a half ago, it felt like James Cook just let James Cook kind of became the thing. Head coach now, calling plays, yes, still.
Yep.
You see a lot of guys giving it up. Sean gave it up. Canales gave it up. Doug Peterson, when he went down to Jacksonville, gave it up. Like, obviously, you haven't been a head coach yet throughout season, so you have no clue how it actually is. I guess they say there's no guide or any of that type of shit. But how do you kind of envision that as being a head coach and a play caller while not getting stuck in just being an offensive guy?
Yeah, no, and I think that was the important part of putting together the staff, right? Like Pete Carmichael, everybody talks about like offensive head coach, you need your defensive coordinator, but that was so important by me getting Pete Carmichael as my offensive guy, right? He's a guy that's been this non-play calling offensive coordinator for so many years that while I'm on the sideline, I'm not just focused strictly on the offense. That when defense is on the field, I can be the head coach, right? And so having a guy that I can lean on throughout the games, that's going to be critical.
We talked to McDaniel yesterday, and he was wearing a $3,500 jacket, I guess. I just found
what it was.
His shoes are probably the same.
Yeah, he already had the head
Custom.
coaching contract. You guys saw it, AFC, CIS experience. It was really good times for you guys, I guess, throughout it all. But he was obviously here. And his late motions with the fastest dudes on the field changed football. I think everybody kind of started getting into it, how you started doing it, and then the defense kind of caught up. We're all kind of having the same conversation about that. Even him, he's saying.
Yeah.
He's like, now you just kind of got to think of the next chess move. Like the defense caught up, now we got to think of the next chess move. Is that how you're viewing it too? Whenever you think about your offense, how do you like kind of view the going into the season with your offense on how you build from last year into next year?
Well, I think you think about offense, but you're really studying all the defenses across the league, right? Like we're just trying to break all their rules. Right, and everybody's studying. If you're just studying the offenses across the league, I think you're picking up some things, but you're not beating what the rest of the league is. Kind of, it's all ends up being in a circle, right? We all end up running the same plays, and what everybody was running 5 years ago, and everybody found the beaters. In 10 years, everybody's going to run in those defenses again and whatnot. So I spend a lot of time studying the defenses and just trying to break their rules.
Should we expect bigger dudes, slower dudes? Because everything was getting fast. Should we expect this type of event, combine, to get bigger and a little bit slower maybe because football is going back to ground and pound potentially? Or is there going to be a good hybrid of this wide open, super fast, and physical football? Like, how do you kind of see what football players are about to look like over the next 10 years in the NFL?
I think they're going to continue to get bigger, stronger, faster, but the game, as Joe was saying, back in Josh's earlier years, we were running a lot of 10, 11 personnel. We're spreading people out, and then the defenses started getting more athletic guys to match that. So what do? You put you get into 21, 12, 13. You saw a lot of that this year. And so you look at the NFC Championship game. Rams in Seattle, there was a lot of 12, a lot of 13 by those guys. So as everyone gets to doing that, if all the offenses start doing that and the defenses start changing, guess what? As Joe said, it'll start getting faster and start spreading guys back out again.
AJ has a question for you guys.
Yeah, let's say both of you were QB prospects, like say first, second round pick. Would you throw here at the combine?
Top 10. Top 10.
Top 10, top 20. Would you throw?
Oh, top 20. That's a good goal.
Look, I think anytime you got a chance to compete, let's go compete.
Okay.
Okay, so you're viewing the opportunity to compete with others as opposed to having timing down and all that with the wide receivers and being scared that a wide receiver you work with at school runs an out at an exact distance. This is what this guy does. This kid that I've never met before runs terrible routes. Like, that's a part of this guy. And he's nowhere near where he's supposed to be, and I miss him, and I'm going to look bad, and some other guy is going to look good. Like, I think that is the fear, right? It kind of from these.
Yeah, and I say that I sucked at football, right? So it's easy to say that I get a chance to go compete, right? But Josh Allen was out here, right? He was out here going, and that's just kind of who he is. It's look, I might overthrow some balls. It might not look good, but again, I put a lot of clips together on tape the whole season, and you're just seeing me go out in there and compete, and just an opportunity, and you see how that kind of looks. So, I'm not going to knock guy for not, but you love to see a guy that's like, I don't care, just put the ball down, let's go play.
And that's what I think that's your angle.
Yeah, I think you just go out and compete. I can't remember where some quarterback got dramatically hurt or lost stock because of the combine. Like, oh man, you were missing guys left and right. I'm not saying it didn't. I just don't recall it. And I like guys that want to compete, want to go out there. I mean, was it Megatron or whoever the one year wasn't going to run and then just was like, I'm too competitive.
He took somebody else's cleats.
Yeah, the agent probably told him, and he had his mind warped the whole
Randy
time.
Do that too?
Yeah.
The freaks. Yeah. Oh, we don't need to stretch. Let's go.
But that's like, you love that. Like, this dude's competitive. I mean, you go back to Josh. Josh was just going to play at the Senior Bowl for a little bit. I know talking to his agents, he wasn't supposed to play after halftime. It didn't go well in the second quarter as well as he wanted, and he went in at halftime and told him, no, I'm coming out in the third quarter to play. I love that.
Yeah.
Josh is a grown-ass man, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got a family. Go ahead, Connor.
Well, I was going to say, as far as measurements go, Josh Allen had biggest, tallest, strongest hands, and that was like his big thing coming out because Wyoming, not many guys knew about him. But then when he came to the combine and got measured, it was like, oh, this guy's a freak. And now that's what this week is kind of about, is people get measured, and then it's like, oh, well, this guy is
short arms.
30-inch arms, so who knows what the hell he's going to be like. Do you guys value that more than other teams? Is it a combination of measurement with, bench press? Because AJ mentioned yesterday, he put 225 up 25, 26, 27 times.
That's it.
And he was all bummed out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's how he felt, too. Yeah.
But then
24.
the coach told him, like, that doesn't mean anything. We don't really care about that as much.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, like, do measurements kind of value more than, actual reps? Is it something like that, or is it kind of a combination of the two? Because I assume when you saw Josh Allen had 30-inch hands, you're like, holy shit,
Buffalo.
We need this guy on a team in Buffalo.
Yeah.
I mean, you do look at it. It's all one piece of the puzzle, and that's the other thing about competing here. Let's say you want to, and I think some guys do it. Let's say you run a great 40 here. You know what? Don't worry about it at your pro day. Just go do your position drills or whatever. But if it doesn't go well, to me, you got a backstop. You got a retake of a test. Let me go do I didn't do the vertical grade in Indy. Let me go do it here at my pro day and just focus on the position.
He also
drills.
drafted the fastest 40.
Yeah, Maxwell Harrison. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
speed kills matchups,
kills.
brother.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Arms.
Yeah.
Cassius Howell, Texas A&M.
Yep.
Reuben Bain.
Yep.
A lot of tweets coming out about if they were to make it, those would be like the two shortest arms
Since 99.
in pass rushing history of the NFL or something like that. For that position, those types of things matter. Player matter, because we watch Bain and Howell.
So good.
Game demolishers. Like absolutely in the college football playoff, but also through college. NFL is different. It's a different game, different humans, different builds, everything like that. How much should we be talking about Reuben Bain's and Cassius Howell's arm length? Should we, and like all those other things that we hear, how much should we be overreacting to them, you think, in your eyes?
No, I think it matters. It really does. But what you want to try to do is find Reuben Bain. What are the best offensive tackles, offensive linemen that he went against, and
A&M.
and how did he do?
He took the game over.
Go through those matchups, and so those are more like the players he's going to see at this level. And how does what is his counters? Does he even have counters? And some of these guys, it's like, what arsenal do they already have? What can you teach them? Now, if you see this guy, he's got a full arsenal now. He's ready to roll, and he's beating guys that are not going to play in the NFL, then that's a red flag. But if those are the only guys he's beating, but if he's beating guys that are going to be playing on Sunday, then that kind of is a glimpse into what you're going to see.
How big are the damn bison?
They're very, very big.
Are they up now? Are they up yet?
I've seen pictures. They're not up.
Can we walk underneath them?
Bigger than this form?
So right now,
is this where the chest
like
is?
right here, you look up.
25 feet.
To the top.
To the top or the chest?
No, to the top.
Can you walk under it and put your arms up?
You can
and
walk in it
genitals?
right now.
So
there
Joe-
can be the McAfee Show in the Buffalo. You got 6 weeks to
gotta
do
be
it
pretty
until it's
big,
closed.
though.
27,000 pounds.
The bison.
That's how much it is?
27,000
Are you
pounds.
guys rolling that thing in one of those oversized loads with a bunch of cops kind of driving it across the
I
country?
think you guys should do your show like on a truck while they're being unveiled like
That'd
that.
be cool.
I mean,
they're in
Like
Pennsylvania.
the tree and
They're in Pennsylvania?
They're
They
in
are.
Pennsylvania. They're coming to New York. So
Who made them?
you can get in your,
Somewhere in Pittsburgh.
People
I
of
assume.
Buffalo.
I
The Quakers.
I assume it's people,
Amish.
maybe
Probably
Amish.
make it hollow. Probably didn't have to be that heavy. It could be hollow.
Are they?
It is. It's hollow.
Oh, it's hollow.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
that
you
thing's
guys-
going to
you can
blow
walk-
away.
You can walk in it.
25
down.
feet high, hollow?
better walk
in
on it.
Buffalo? That thing's going to get some snow on its back, and we're going to broken back.
Do we know if they're
Come
male?
on!
Do we know if they're male or female? And
we
are
got
they
a
gonna be-
family. We're covering everybody.
family.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
you got to bring your family to the game.
Because
You
I
got a little
know
baby bison?
AJ's pretty interested in the male going underneath
It
it.
is kind of weird when you do sculptures. You do have to make a decision on what the genitals are.
If it's an artist, it's an artist. I will.
Right?
I can't wait to get up there
Right.
and ride one of these bikes.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't wait to get.
I think you should be part of the
Do the
unveiling
show
of
from
it.
up top.
I don't think I should be. That honor is crazy. Your last home game with videos afterwards and everything like that.
Everyone's
like,
staying.
Dude, that was. I got emotional because I played there. Obviously, it's one of those places, legendary places that you get to play at. But watching your fan base like say goodbye to a place that has been so much to them, I got emotional watching that. So I don't think we deserve to be at the unveiling of the next one. You should let Bill's Mafia do that. But day two will come.
Sure.
We'll certainly come and kind of check it all out. I'm excited for the unveiling. Feels like you guys got a lot of special stuff happening.
No,
Feels
we
like-
do. We're excited about the stadium. I mean, we're finally moving to grass, and which is going to be cool. I know a lot of our players are excited.
What do you got?
about
You
that.
got
It's 60% of the stadium's covered.
Canopy.
Of the seats, 60%. But the
protects.
players, yeah. But you're still going to see when you watch TV. Buffalo should be outside.
Jeez.
That scared the
What
hell
we got going here?
Holy hell.
I don't know where that was coming from.
All right,
but,
we're ready to go.
That was one of those bison. That
But
was
you,
one of those-
when you watch the Bills on TV, the players are going to be out there playing in the snow. What you would expect Buffalo football to look like.
I think we have to. And all these stadiums are starting to look the same. Your guys has looked really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get up there. In fact, that it's so close.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the.
That's nice.
That is true beauty. True beauty. Good for you guys, Buffalonians. Now, if you don't win a Super Bowl, everybody say you guys suck.
That's the way the world is.
Look,
That
right
legitimately
now-
is.
Yeah, right now we're just focused on how we use our water bottles.
Thank you.
Yeah, boom.
That's the number one thing.
I'm
we
glad you
focus on
remembered
right now.
that.
One step at a time.
Full transparency. So Josh, it's happened to me before. He'll unscrew the top a little bit.
Yeah.
So now I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm trying to get guys to actually use the water bottles, but next thing you know, it's
No.
You
Think about-
got to be smart about it.
It's
Right?
much,
every time.
It's much worse if somebody else is doing it, it falls off.
That's true.
Yeah, like if I'm. And it
then
just
they feel
goes-
bad.
That's true.
Yeah, the loosen the water bottle trick. Oh,
Yeah.
Classic.
Classic.
I think D came up with that. Yeah.
I've learned.
He's been around.
I've learned. I've been around. I've been around for a while. man.
I've been around a while. Been around Josh Allen. You ain't get called on
Yeah, I love that. I love that he is carrying that tradition. I do. I appreciate that. I don't want to say that Peyton loved that thing, but Peyton set up emergency fake phone calls to get people to answer the phone, to call for somebody. Like full. It was the best thing I've ever seen.
He got someone at the Pro Bowl,
yeah,
Welker,
with it.
maybe?
I mean, all those things.
Eli was the
Those are
man.
just classic football, like just
Yeah.
since the beginning of time, kind of roll through it. But I think I was in the training room, like Vinatieri was getting something, I'm like bullshitting or whatever, and then there's like an emergency that happens in the back room, like a phone call, somebody chaotic, what? Goes, runs over, who are you looking for? D. And then down the hall comes screaming, D's not. And it's like, I'm like, oh my God, I got to be watching my shit around here.
Training camp with the bucket or the trash can.
Oh,
You
yeah.
and Payton, yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. They were unbelievable. I mean,
bucket of water.
Yeah. No, when Josh asks a question, I don't answer. I just stare at it for a second. Like, let me just think. It could be completely a serious question. It could be football related. I'm like, there might be something to it.
Yeah, but you got to have the answer, though.
You got to have the answer.
Yeah.
And when he calls you and he says, "Hey, draft this guy," you better make that happen.
Man, you better stand on a table for a guy.
Yeah,
because we've heard about it. All right, let's get to. Would you do a throw? You have to. I'm going to force you to do
got it.
Okay, Joe. I would normally put you in a position to have to do this.
You don't want to see that.
Okay, so you're an ass football thrower.
Yes.
You got to be one of the only offensive guru.
I threw the baseball in me threw out the arm, so I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fucking.
I don't know if I believe it.
It is. Brandon Bean hustled us. I don't know if you know the story. He hustled us on a local golf course, but it was for a good cause. It was for a good cause.
Allegedly.
He scratched out a few, or was that Dano or him that scratched out a few scores?
Orlovsky
That was
scratched
Dan.
out 18.
Don't put that on me.
Yeah, I wouldn't. You shoot 72 though
you're actual
on the
stick.
regular.
Dan's also an idiot. He just can't add.
All right, here we go. Yeah, that could be the case. Mr. Bean, if you would come up here onto the pad. Yep, you could take that thing if you want to. Mr. Bean, you've obviously done wonderful things with your athletic abilities for us to raise some money. Okay, we certainly appreciate that. How old are you, sir?
49.
Damn.
Oh, you look good. These guys look good.
They all look, everybody looks good.
Yeah.
He's like 30.
Yeah, he's really young.
Basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Me and Joe have a similar situation happening. You look very good. Usually the whites age poorly. You look fantastic. Now, Mr. Bean, how often do you throw a football around?
Only when Josh Allen throws it at me during practice.
Okay, how often is that actually?
That's probably twice a week.
Okay, so and then you throw it back to him?
He's trying to hit me.
Yeah.
In the Johnson.
Indeed. Genitals.
Hey, again, that's classic. That's classic old school
This
football.
is culture. They
Yeah,
got
pay
to
attention to practice.
You guys are doing
Pay attention.
everything that
Yeah.
old school football
Yes.
used to do. Yeah. Tom Brady, okay, just fun fact here. Tom Brady, we're playing up in New England. Me and Vinatieri are standing on the sidelines, I don't know, 50 yards away, and a ball comes skipping right by Vinatieri's legs and then off the wall over there, and you turn around and Tom's like this close, buddy. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. Okay, Mr. Bean, Josh Allen has not thrown a ball at your junk, but we do need to see you throw this ball into that hole. If you're able to make it into that hole right there, $100,000 donation to a charity you're choosing. Yesterday, almost everybody made it except for a GM. GM was the only person that missed it. He might have had a little bit of beer in him as well, which we certainly
Would have gone in the top.
respect.
Top's not open.
All right, Brandon, good luck with the throw. It's about I'd say it's about a 10-yard throw. 10-yard throw. All you got to do is throw a little bit of a seed. Yeah, the hole is smaller than it appears, but big enough for you to win.
Fire that thing.
Yeah. Fire that pigskin, Bean. Let's go ahead and win some money. Oh!
Hey, that's a good
Okay,
motion.
okay.
Nice motion.
Yeah, I like that you went for it.
He sandbagged us again.
Hey, I like that you didn't guide that. You know, you could tell.
Oh, baby.
Beano!
Wait, which GM didn't make it?
Schneider.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Schneider.
Sala still has.
Sorry, he got a Super Bowl.
He's good. He's all right right now. He gets a pass right now.
He won.
Okay, boys, thank you for joining us. Shout out to Boyko, obviously. He needs that.
Legend.
Shout out.
Derek Boyko, legend.
Yeah, he certainly needs that,
Legend.
too. I know that's a part of his life. He needs to hear that.
He does. He
From
does.
my understanding,
He does. Yes.
Boyko needs to hear that. Boyko, you did good, man.
Way to go, Derek.
Way to go,
Look at the
Boyko.
smile on his face.
So proud of you, Boyko. Boyko, PR guy from the NFL that doesn't hate us. We like him.
Yeah.
One of the few.
Pretty cool.
We are very, very thankful for him. We are very appreciative of your guys' entire organization. Good luck this entire offseason. And, yeah, thank you for being so hospitable to us. Good luck to you, man. Head coach is a big fucking deal.
Appreciate you, man.
You should enjoy all of it. Remember, your conversation with people is the most important conversation that they've ever had in their entire life now. That's real. You, too, you know that as well.
Yep.
You just so happen upon a guy who's like 5th, 6th rounder here, and then you talk to him, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, I'm good. How are you? Good, thank you. And then walk away. Oh, I hope I didn't blow.
It's a great
Bill.
point.
I'm going to the Bills.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids still have that? They still have it because that's how it was when we were coming up. I would assume they still have that same, like, oh, my goodness, and they think about that conversation for the next 3 days.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Can
a
you
lot
tell?
of you can tell when the guys that have done their research. Yeah, hey, you're, I know. who you are,
Oh, you're a
whatever.
trainer,
Oh,
some
yeah,
people think.
Yeah, well,
Oh, no.
a slapdick.
Sir, if you could grab me some coffee, please.
Owner's son.
Okay. Thank you, boys. Good luck. All right, we're going to wrap up this hour one here as Bean is kind of being held hostage. He cannot get up and leave because if he was to do that, he would walk in front of every camera. And he also doesn't know if he's supposed to dap everybody up. How much time do I have? So you're just going to hold tight for about 40 seconds. Old
got you,
Bean. In the second hour, we have Randy Orton Orton joining us.
Hell
You know who that is?
I saw the Viper walking around.
You might want to draft him,
Randy
brother.
Orton might be pretty good outside linebacker. There's a chance that could be the case. We also have Governor Mike Braun joining us about the Indiana state of Indiana
Bears.
potentially stealing the Bears. Okay, that's potentially happening. Nick Caserio, do you know him?
Heard of him?
You guys fight each other or what?
No, Nick's a good man.
He is a good man. Dan Morgan will join us later as well. We're live from the Combine here in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana. We can't thank you enough for allowing us to do this for a living. Stacked card as we have conversations about ball and sports and life being incredible. We hope you're having a great day. We'll see you on the other side. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Take 5.
We have an opportunity to give away $75,000 to a kid named Daniel Villasenor.
Absolutely.
You're a sophomore, correct?
Yeah.
What is your major?
Civil engineering?
Okay, so what's that mean? What is civil engineering?
I don't really know.
Have you ever kicked a ball before?
I have.
When? Were you a soccer player?
Soccer player, yeah.
Okay, how were you at kicking soccer balls? Pretty good?
I was okay. I was good.
Have you ever said anything negative about football kickers?
Maybe once or twice.
Daniel! Damn, Daniel! We don't need that! You make a field goal here from 33 yards uphill. You're the civil engineer. You'd have to tell me, I think it's about a 40-yard kick. If you're able to do that, we will give you $75,000.
All right.
He's got no laces.
Yeah, what do we got going here? Can we get a shot of shoes?
What time?
Hey, a shot of the shoes.
Daniel showed up in his Vans with no laces. What time did you get here for this?
About 11:40 last night.
You need a lot of power.
Good luck, Daniel.
I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it.
Oh! Whoa!
Wait a second.
Just like everything this morning, that was a surprise. We did not expect that.
Let's go. We got to do
One more kick for $100,000.
You got this, dude.
Let's go. How about this, Daniel? How about this, Daniel? Not only is this one for $100,000, if you make it, we'll add another $100,000 to the $500,000 donation we're about to make from College Game Day to the hurricane relief. It could be $600,000 if you make this, with $100,000 going into your pocket. Daniel, this is bigger than you. Let's make a kick, bro.
Way to overcome the shoes here. That was a heck of an effort. Come on, you got this.
In Berkeley, California.
You got it.
Oh! Let's go. Proud of you, buddy. Hell yeah.
Great job.
Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. All right.
What just happened? Are you kidding me?
It's fun, man.
11:40 he was there.
I know. $600,000 to hurricane relief. $100,000 to Daniel. What a morning in Berkeley. Way to go, Daniel.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey. Why? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium for the 39th straight year, the host of the NFL Combine. Hour 2 of the program begins right now.
Football!
is the greatest. That's what we're all here celebrating. The entire NFL has come to Indianapolis, Indiana to figure out who the next class will be that'll carry the NFL into a fortuitous future in which we are already seeing the peaks of audience and captivating entertainment. Yeah.
Yep, I mean, nailed it.
Everything.
Yesterday.
Absolutely everything. 126 million people watched the Super Bowl. It was the most boring game of football that we have maybe ever had.
Whoa.
All people like is ball. And now we find out who the next torch bearers of the NFL will be here on this beautiful field, here at the Lighthouse, Lucas Oil Stadium. A lot of workouts on the field today. Yesterday was the kickers and the punters day. They certainly did fantastic. Eckley out of Michigan State certified. Yeah, he's the punter out of Michigan State. We didn't know who he was. We were just watching numbers kick balls down on the field. He was the one. This guy is the one. There was 2 guys, I think, that I saw yesterday, certified NFL guys. It was Bjorn, the kid from Georgia.
Thorson, yep.
Bjorn Thorson and his Eckley fella. And I didn't get to see all the kickers because it was live whenever we were here. But that's the type of thing that you can do at the Combine. You can separate yourself from the class. They have him as a potential top 50 player in the entire draft. And I'll tell you what, yesterday, he hit 1 shank out of like 16, 17 hits or whatever. It was an ass kick. He needs to go end over end to his left. If you're listening right now, brother, don't even worry about turning that thing over to the left. You got a strong enough leg. Go ahead and hit the end over end ball. Okay, that's what I did. Your miss is my miss, brother. Let's get that out of our life as fast as possible. Let's turn it over to the right. He was special. Today, many other guys can prove that they are that. We're lucky to be here. We're thankful to be here. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Tone is here. You look fantastic.
Thank you. You too.
One half of the Toxie Table at Boston Connor is here. Sweet hoodie. What was the, we went back to the zoo today. What was this all about?
Funny enough, I cleaned out my car for the first time in about 2 years. Found this thing buried down there, and I said, man, where have you been my whole life? I've been missing you so much, so I figured I'd wear it again.
Hey, that's like when you find $20 in your pocket.
Yeah. Bingo. Exactly.
I just went shopping.
Yeah, let alone all this bad stuff that was in my car. That should have been thrown out a long time ago, but finding a couple of these hidden gems, it's magical.
Yeah, the fact that you had that many pee bottles sitting behind your driveway was disgusting.
Poop. I mean,
you're pooping in a bottle while you're driving? That's unbelievable.
Sometimes if you had no bags, so not as much bottles there, poop in bags.
I like that you're doing any of that type of stuff, and obviously smack the bag, shit the bag, whatever you need to do,
Bingo.
you got to certainly do. I was in Foxy's car the last couple of days.
Yeah.
He's driving a shit bucket too.
Whoa, what do you mean? He turned it into it?
I know exactly how much money all these guys are making, and Foxy is disrespecting his life in what he is doing.
If you want to look tough, look physical, and kick some ass on the road, you drive a Ford Bronco, brother.
Yeah, okay.
His is actually 86
Dude,
white.
you should have seen me get in there. I opened a window up. I did the.
Electric windows, electric start. There was a guy in the elevator. I want to kick his ass for talking shit about my car, too. All right, that guy has no physicality at all.
This is an inside conversation.
Yeah. You know who the
There
guy
are a
was?
couple girls. There are a couple girls who said, "Oh, that's a very cute guy."
I know he
She
opened the
loved it.
door, and then they saw you had to slide the lock open and do the entire thing, and then you had to lift it up to shut the door.
Yeah,
It is
what
nice. He
year?
still has a cigarette lighter in there.
Yeah, exactly.
That is cool.
Which was nice.
Yeah.
I needed that.
Yeah.
I actually put that thing down. And also, whenever you smoke in his car, it's a better smell than the smell that was in it. So,
Talk about poop.
yeah, it is, Foxy. We appreciate you certainly shuttling around. We need to respect what we do for a living and how we do it a little bit better for yourself, okay, and for your family. But
I'm driving a monster truck around. That's how I view it.
yeah, but it gets outfitted by other cars whenever we're sitting there. I mean, there's really you're a wonderful soul. You truly are, and I'm happy you're keeping your car clean for the first time in 2 years. 13-year. Oh, sorry. How many years were you in the NFL?
11.
11-year NFL vet, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion AJ Hawk is here. See that you stopped at a truck store again and truck stop and got another wardrobe change for yourself.
Yeah, you know what? I just can't. It's hard to walk by any shirt or hat in these truck stops and not buy it. So you never know who knows what's going to happen tomorrow.
I get it.
Hold on, though. Will you think about our program?
Cummins Diesel here.
Will you please? Steve Ackles is here. Great year, Monday Night Football, buddy. So speaking of that, okay, Steve Ackles. So the people that are actually doing TV, tailors, think about that.
Oh yeah.
Tailors, suits.
Oh, yeah.
Combine, best thing. Bought him a car, underneath bottles for 2 years.
But
Loves truck stop. This got delivered from Amazon this morning.
Kufandi?
We need to start taking ourselves more serious. And if we do that, maybe we'll take it to the next level.
True, you're right.
Okay.
Speaking of going to the next level,
Yeah.
there's a man that went down to Houston in the middle of a burning ship. The entire place was on fire, literally. This guy was wearing headset up in the booth. Everybody's thinking to himself, why is this guy got comms to the sideline? He's meddling. Well, what we found out was he needed to meddle maybe a little bit more. A couple changes, couple roster turnover, draft a quarterback, draft a pass rusher, and all of a sudden, the Houston Texans are a Super Bowl threat every single year. Out of the AFC South, ladies and gentlemen, Paisano Nick Caserio. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Well,
Good to see you.
I like the speed.
He's in great shape. He's
Quick.
triathlon guy.
He's got stuff to do.
I don't know. That's actually a really
He
good
probably
question.
is.
He looks like he's a runner.
On clouds, you would assume.
Yeah, no, he's doing triathlons.
Fellas,
Are you a runner?
it's making sure I wasn't getting an RK out of nowhere.
Okay, yeah.
I am. He's
Head
out
on a
there.
swivel.
He's lurking. He might be. Yeah.
He's right there.
lurking.
I mean, he's right there. The orangutan that is the 14-time world champion, Randy Orton, is over there.
Not a runner, Versa climber.
Yeah, it's a great machine.
Peloton, kind of, and then maybe some.
You don't swim?
No swim. So
Do you listen to music?
I can't run long distance. That's not my
Knees.
thing.
I think they got a cartilage surgery that's coming out. They've been saying that for the last 20 years. Are you no music, no TV, just like psycho, want to kind of...
Music or podcast? So, I mean, my podcast choice probably isn't for everybody. I'm probably listening to a bunch of finance podcasts, investment advice.
Oh, yeah.
And then if I want to
Gary
shift
V.
gears, no Gary V. I love Gary V.
You went through a Gary V run, though. We all did. We know you did. Yes, you did.
And
You were
then some
thinking about-
music. I'll go to music. So a combination of the two.
A combination. Okay, let's talk about you doing podcasts and finance and things like that. How do you think does that benefit you as a general manager? Like, how do you tie everything back to your gig? Like, do you think everything tries to help you, or is that like you trying to learn about something different?
It's twofold, Pat. Honestly, I enjoy finance. I enjoy investments. I mean, I started my career in finance before I decided I was going to get into football like a moron. But, I mean...
Moron. Houston Texans are for real, brother. I think you made the right decision.
I'm interested in finance. I enjoy the markets. I study the markets. I mean, honestly, like, we're managing businesses to some degree. You're looking for trends. You're looking for different ideas. So, I mean, it's just I have a personal interest in that topic, and I enjoy it, and I keep track of what's going on. And I have my money in the market, so I'm trying to make sure I'm aware. And if there's some ideas or trends that there's some relevance, then, I might be able to incorporate them into some of the things that we're doing.
We're thankful you left the money markets because, that thing just goes round and round.
Yes, it does.
Especially right now. Be careful.
Well, they're saying a lot of bad things coming, but then I'm hearing speeches saying it's only going up and
it's
to the
going to
right.
blow up the world. Everybody's going to lose their job.
You read
so.
I'll tell you what, AI, though, will certainly help you make some music quickly if you want to make a highlight tape in about 4 or 5 minutes.
Among other things.
Yes, it will.
No, it can distill information down pretty quickly.
Oh,
so
you're using it, it
there's
sounds
some
like.
bad-
Okay, so let's move into the next generation of ball in scouting. You guys are trading C.J. Stroud. Are you doing that here or when?
You guys must have listened to my press conference the other
Yeah,
day.
you caught him
So I
moronic.
started disappointing everybody.
Okay,
but-
so let's talk about that. So he obviously doesn't play his best ball down the stretch, plays a lot of really good defenses. You guys had an incredible defense. The reason why having an incredible defense is good is because you win any game. The reason why it might not be good is because if your quarterback doesn't play good, all of a sudden Trent Dilfer gets brought up. Like, hey, well, this team was only winning because of the defense. We think C.J. Stroud's special. We love C.J. Stroud. We know you feel the same way. Did you expect the conversation or the narrative to potentially build that you might move on? And kind of how do you handle that with C.J. himself?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, try not to pay too much attention to it, but if you feel like you have to address something, I felt like that was the appropriate thing to do. I mean, he's our quarterback. He's played a lot of good football for us, to your point. He's had some good games. He's had some games where, look, all of us, I mean, there's some ups and downs, things you have to deal with. So glad he's our quarterback and, glad he's going to be here for next season. And we want him here. And I think all players learn. I don't want to speak for you guys, but, after each season, go back. What are some of the things that did well? What are some of the areas you can improve on? I think sometimes when you just accentuate the negative and you're just taking up a microcosm of one particular game, look, we didn't play our best game. The Patriots played better than we did, and that's the way it goes. So, I mean, all of us in the offseason are trying to improve, trying to find ways and things that we can do better, and that's where the focus is going to be.
Okay, I love that you're focusing on the positive. Let's continue to get better. You guys have gotten way too good too quickly. I hate it, but it has been cool for the AFC South to watch you guys do your thing. Feel like you have hit in this department on a pretty regular basis to flip this Houston team around. Is this something that you love? Like, why do you think you've had success in the entire draft process?
Yeah, I think all elements of the process are important. The combine is a big part of it. I think the interpersonal element, like, honestly, we utilize our time here to spend time with the players and more on the interview front, what they do on the field. I mean, it's a component. I mean, honestly, D'Amico and I are leaving this afternoon, so we're going to watch the workouts on television. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll get the information.
NFL Network does a great job.
We'll get the data. And, yeah, you can watch as much as you need to. But in the end, their performance on the field, what they do on tape, ultimately that's going to be the judge of what we think we have in the player. And if there's something else or some measurement that you think that you think is going to help you, then we'll utilize it. So there's a lot of players here at the Combine that are going to get drafted. Honestly, there's a lot of players that aren't at the Combine that are probably going to get drafted or kind of end up on teams. So good players come from a lot of different spots. So, I mean, we use this as a good tool for us, and there's going to be other opportunities for us to evaluate players.
I wasn't invited to the Combine. I assume you were doing finance then. That wasn't on you. Here's a Hembo stat. Thanks for the non-invite. I would not have ended up
Hembo,
here.
I don't even know what that is.
Hembo is a stat guy. Nick Caserio, he's an AI human form. Nick Caserio built a defense that allowed 270 yards per game in 2025, including playoffs, fewest by any team since the 2009 Jets. That's Hembo, baby.
That should say D'Amico Ryans built the defense, so not Nick Caserio.
Okay, so I like that. Let's talk about it. You have a defensive head coach. Now, that's starting to become a thing. Defensive head McDonald up there in Seattle. Obviously, Minter just gets the Baltimore job. There was an offensive run. D'Amico, defensive giant, obviously becomes your head coach and flips the entire culture around. Because you have a defensive head coach, you have to have a good defense. Because you have a defensive head coach, you're going to have a good defense. Like, how do you kind of view it? Or are you guys trying to build, like, yeah, we would like to swarm. We would like our defense to be the best in the league every single year, because that's investment. Then you would have to do
Look, we're trying to build a good team. So we're fortunate we got a lot of good players on defense. We have good players on offense as well. So I think the league is cyclical. I mean, there's different trends. We're going to try this, and this is going to work, and then we're going to try something different. I'd say in the end, every team's got to hire the individual, and it's a leadership position in the end. So handling the team, handling the players, you're involved in all facets of it. Obviously, D'Amico has an expertise in defense, but I think he showed a lot of humility this year. He passed the play calling off to Matt Burke, and Matt did a great job, so he could take more of a big picture approach. I mean, the head coach ultimately is responsible for everything that a team does, so he has his hand in everything. So I mean, we're fortunate to have the head coach that we do. I've said this publicly. I mean, there's no other coach that we'd want to have run an organization. There's no other coach that I want to work with, and glad that he and I are able to work together on a day-to-day basis.
Honestly, you're not trading the coach either.
Not yet.
That'd be more on
That's not happening.
Yeah, okay.
No
AJ has a question for you, Pashan.
I guess we're here at the Combine and everything. We're talking about this, but what happens once this week ends until the draft? What do you guys do? Like, obviously, bringing in the 30 visits, all the different players. Are you going and visiting schools, going to pro days? Like, how does your schedule work out?
Yeah, AJ, all of that. So we'll finish up. We're actually going to start to bring players in our building probably next week, and it's to follow up and to continue the process. So maybe we want to have more conversations. We try to set up our visits so they have an opportunity to kind of touch everybody in the building that they're going to interact with.
What do you do when they come in? Are you doing? I know each team does different things.
Yeah,
some guys go to dinner, some guys do stuff.
For sure. We're not like going to Top Golf and doing all that kind of stuff. So we're bringing in our building, say, hey, here's what a day would look like for a Houston Texan when you walk in the building. Okay, there's obviously a coaching element. You're going to meet with sports performance. You're going to spend time with a nutritionist. Hey, here's some things. So we can get a comprehensive view of, okay, what are the players' needs? How can we support them? They get an understanding of what our program is about, and here's the expectation of what it means to be a Texan on a day-to-day basis. So we try to use those visits to our advantage and try to get as much information. Honestly, it works both ways. Just because the guys in the building might say, you know what, okay, in the end, it kind of answers some questions. We're going to move on. We're going to go a different direction. So we're just trying to arrive at an endpoint where we have a comprehensive picture of the player and what we think we're going to get when he comes in the building. So then when we draft him, like we have an understanding. But the reality is when they get in our building, they're back to ground zero and they're starting from scratch. So it'll be visits, it'll be workouts, there might be some individual workouts that take place. I'd say from the scouting side, obviously we're here draft-centric, combine-centric, but free agency starts in a week or two, whatever it is. So we'll kind of transition, go through that process, see if there's some players that we can add in that area to help our team. So it's a combination of things really all the way up until the draft, and then once the draft is over, then we can take a step back.
Yeah, and you just mentioned free agency there. How much will free agency affect your draft day kind of moves? I mean, looking back on it, you can make the argument the trade for Will Anderson moving back up to 3 is one of the greatest draft day trades.
So much fun
of
for
all
us
time.
too, by the way.
Yeah,
if you want to do that again,
that'd be
we got a show.
Cool. Yeah, but doing that, you kind of.
I'm here for you guys. So we'll just
Thank you.
Yeah, that helped.
Okay,
but everyone thought, you guys were trading at 2. All of a sudden, a bunch of trade offers get rescinded once you take CJ. Then who wants to make a trade with the number 3 pick with the Cardinals? You guys do. So it kind of opened that door back up for you, and then you got Will Anderson, who's genius. But how many of those moves kind of depend on today, depend on these next couple days, free agency? Like, do you know today or after the weekend's over, hey, there are a couple guys that might be available that we should maybe move up for, move down for? Like, when does that
unless they come to your building, take a poop, and don't flush.
Yeah, true. or maybe clog a toilet.
And
or
don't
two.
say anything.
Yeah, at your house, perhaps. I mean,
That'd be the worst.
Yeah,
Honestly,
bad breath. Don't
honestly,
it doesn't brush.
we have a pretty good idea of if we don't move, right? We're picking 28th right now. That could change, knowing our track record. Like, we're moving around the board. Like, we should create flexibility and optionality for ourselves. We've had a pretty good idea. All right, maybe who are some of the players that are going to be in that area? Free agency is kind of its own entity. So that's a snapshot. Okay, here's where we are right now. Who can we add? There's a cost associated with it. We kind of, the way we do it, all right, what's a player's role? Like, what are they going to do for us? All right, and what's a value associated with that role? And we try to make sure that matches up. If there's a little bit of a mismatch, we might say, you know what, all right, we're going to move away from that and then focus on some other areas. So we try to take it case by case. So we'll deal with free agency, and then once we get through free agency, take another snapshot of the team. And then once we get to the draft, honestly, we're just picking the best players that we feel are going to help us over the course of our, our program.
How close are you also monitoring teams that are coming out talking about, like, cap casualties? Because you've been a guy that a player will get released, Joe Mixon, Christian Kirk, and then instead of being released 2 hours later, they're actually getting traded to the Texans.
We're cognizant
You guys did that, right? Didn't that's one of your moves?
Yeah, Christian Kirk last year, a year before that, Joe
There's
Mixon.
an offensive lineman, too, from Vegas, or that we went to Arizona. I forget. That's a move, though.
Yeah, we've done that a couple
center?
times. I mean, there's some players, look, they're going to get released. So you have players who are going to be free agents, right? They're already on the board. And the kind of the cap casualty group, all right, they could be available. They might not be available. You're talking to teams and then figuring out, like, what's the situation. Typically, those guys are, like, there's a cost associated with it. So can you fit the salary? Okay, if you can fit it, great. If you can't, all right, then you might have to wait and go somewhere else. So we just try to take advantage of every opportunity that makes sense for us. And if we can add a player, great. If we can't, then we'll just move on. And I think one thing about us, we're not beholden to just one particular way and one particular player. So if the more players we know, we understand the league, then it gives us an opportunity to capitalize when it makes sense.
Yeah, that's because you're day trading.
Exactly.
That's why draft night. We're at 28. We'll see. It might be a little bit of value moving in this entire avenue. I love that about
We
you.
traded out of the first round last year, so we moved back.
Let's not do that again. We need you in.
Okay, all
we
right.
need more
please.
in. And also, hey, I don't know if you know this. What is your pick this year? 28?
28.
We'll take that off your hands. You get Anthony Richardson.
Him and CJ are
We got a
boys?
good quarterback, so. And we got Dougie.
You got two good
Yeah, Dougie. Dougie, by the way, might be. We started putting him on the trade block just strictly because we think people will be very, very interested. It was reported today that Colts have given Anthony Richardson the permission to go ahead and seek a trade. Nice refresh for him would be cool. I think he's incredibly talented. We'll see how that goes. If you want to give us 28, you can certainly do that. Last question for you here, Paisan.
Yeah, Nick, 2 seasons ago, you weren't happy with your offensive line. So last offseason, you made a lot of moves. It was a lot better this year. Congratulations on that.
Appreciate that.
But going towards this draft with the offensive line, it feels like there's a lot of really, really good right tackles coming out, and then potentially guys that could kick inside. When you are going through this process, can you look at a right tackle and envision him actually playing left or kicking inside? And how much do you talk to them about that before you would make a move like that?
It's an awesome question.
Thank you.
I'd say it's twofold. Some guys that have played right tackle have played on the other side as well, and if they're not the starting right tackle, let's just say your swing tackle, your third tackle is going to have the ability. Well, can he go to the left, or do you have to take your left tackle and make him right tackle? So we do have those conversations, and there's ways you can track it, like what position they've played, how many snaps at right tackle, how many center, how many snaps at right guard, how many snaps at left guard. Because, again, you don't want to just say, well, this guy's going to go inside. Not all tackles can move inside. I mean, some can do it. I mean, we were fortunate, when I was in New England, we took Mankins, he was a left tackle and he went inside. We took Tooney, he was a left tackle, he went inside.
Legend.
But, not everybody can do that. So you just got to try to figure out, what makes the most sense and try to create as much optionality and flexibility in the offensive line as possible.
I'm not pumped up for you strictly because Elimination Chambers this weekend. There's so much on the line. Yeah, you haven't been able to pay attention, I assume.
I was talking to Randy briefly about it, so I'm probably not up to speed with exactly what's going to go on. You're not involved, are you? Or they're trying to get you involved?
You never know.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
What are you reading? What are you reading, Caserio?
Yeah, what have you heard?
Listen to Sam Roberts' podcast probably on the Peloton.
Yeah, what have you heard? Yeah, what have you heard?
That's the podcast, yeah.
So when you were talking to Randy, you were saying, Randy, what's going on? Is that what you were doing? He's giant. He's a
massive.
giant.
He is in great
Might
shape.
need to draft him at edge.
Tremendous shape.
Yeah, probably get around
he
the
could
corner.
do some damage.
Yeah,
He's got long arms.
I mean, shoot, the RKO, they
probably wouldn't even penalize it during the game. They don't penalize anything else, or they do. I mean,
Oh, well, you guys, okay, hold on.
AI should help. AI should help with the referees. That's something they've talked about at competition committee.
I do like that the NFL is telling the refs union, oh, you guys want to mess around again? I don't know if you've heard. AI can do all this.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know those high school refs we had years back that got you guys a bunch of leverage? Yeah. Never doing that again. Now we actually have people that don't have feelings and don't have anything and see everything. So good luck in this renegotiation. That's a big deal for our league.
Huge.
This is a huge deal for our league. And I don't think a lot of people are talking about it. Ex-players, ex-coaches who have been fired because of bad calls, obviously people that are in front office talk about it. This is one of the biggest things that's happening this offseason. And I don't think anybody's really talking about it enough. I genuinely don't.
Look, they have a hard job.
Yes.
They have a difficult job.
Blah, blah.
And I think
Okay.
everybody's just looking for some level of consistency. That's the most important thing. And
AI.
trying to get the calls right, and so that we can make sure that everything is officiated, on an equal playing field.
And then what do? You guys say, hey, once the whistle blows, then you hit them. That's what you guys say at Houston.
We play clean.
Yeah,
we play
yeah,
clean.
you guys.
I like how you
guys play violent football. Violent
Play
football. Yeah, we love that. Like, but if you get a tight ref or a tight crew, like we saw this in college football. The Big 12, cool. Vandervelde was the refs. The Big 12 crew was like, we're letting them play. Like, hey, this is college football playoffs. We're gonna let them play.
Yeah.
Big 10 crew. Vastly different. They were like calling a lot of stuff. So for that Miami team, who were hard hitters, for Indiana even, who were like a little bit hard hitters, it was like who the ref was a big deal. And I think it goes back to what you're talking about. We just want to know what we're signing up, right? That is kind of what you all want to know.
Equal playing field, just be consistent. And it's a subject. Sometimes some things are subjective, so let's just try to make sure we're just trying to get it right. And everybody
Let the boys
understands
play.
what
They need to get Vandervelde up there in the NFL.
He's really
that entire crew, he is the most confident, too, that I've seen in a long time.
Right.
Like, just very comfortable with the moment.
Throw.
Yeah, but he also have an ISO shot in front of 25 million people where you're speaking for the game. Like, you are representing football right now. Let's go ahead and make sure we got it. So hopefully they get that figured out. All right. Hey, before you get out of here, Nick, to head back to Houston, I guess.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, sure. What do
Safe
you got?
travels back there. Can you throw a football or only ride bikes?
I can try to throw one. Sure. Yeah, whatever you need.
Will you be able to throw a football into that hole that's over my left shoulder right now, you think, for $100,000 to charity?
Sure, I can try.
Let's go. Let's do that, Nick. Let's do that. And then all of a sudden you're going to get RKO'd, so keep your head on the swivel.
Oh, please.
That'd be awesome.
Head on the swivel. Let me grab this
He's a
mic.
huge fan.
Here, come up here.
Oh,
brother.
yeah. Huge wrestling mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Combine Charity Challenge. That was the name of it. We thought of it 10 minutes before the show yesterday, but it turned out to be pretty awesome. Shout out to Blue, the best mascot in the game. You know that, in the Indianapolis. This is one of his gimmicks.
Make an argument. Toro would have an argument against your guy. But
Toro.
Toro's a wuss, dude.
Toro cream pie.
I like Toro,
Wait,
though.
is there
Toro.
your new place named Toro Town? Did I see that? Or
Toro District, whatever they call it. Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
you got a new practice facility, right?
Yeah, it looks like it. Hopefully, it'll be a few years before we get in there. But I mean, it's going to be. It looks like a pretty massive space. So yeah.
I've seen the renderings. It looks like it's going to be good.
Yeah.
We don't know when it's happening, but we hope that it certainly will. And Nick, all you have to do is put
Don't
this
hit Field
football.
and Sheffield.
There's Adam Schefter right there and Field Yates.
Wow.
Oh my God, the pressure is on. Nick, first question: how old are you?
I'm 50.
What?
Congrats.
Congratulations. You Italians really do it. All right, so all you got to do is spin that football into that hole right there. Adam Schefter will be looking on. Field Yates with brand new hair will be looking on. 100,000. Holy hell. Lou, what's going on, dog? Great to see you. Lou Anarumo's here.
Nice.
Great coach. Awesome coach.
Yeah, you Italians have to say that about each other. Hey, grazie, paisan. Okay, all right, for $100,000 to a charity of your choosing, all you do is put that football into that hole right there. Go ahead, Nick. Let's see if you got it, paisan.
Good for
Oh,
throwing
I
the
like that you
way
went for it. I like that you went for it, though. I like that you didn't hold back. You didn't guide it. You really went for it. Let's act like this is something that could be. No, this is it. Nick, make this shot. Yes, you have 3 shots, though. Yes, you do have 3 shots. Nick Caserio for $100,000. Wow.
Atta baby.
Wow.
That was butter.
That was a good throw. We're going to have to make this harder for tomorrow, certainly. But, Nick, we appreciate the hell out of you. Please tell us where to donate that. And good luck this season in every game except for 2.
You guys are the best. Always love coming on with you guys. So a lot of respect for you, for your program.
Is Randy Orton going to win the Elimination Chamber or no?
I hope he does.
Yes.
Okay.
There. All right.
Pick
we
is
appreciate
in.
you, dude. Thank you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Caserio.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're the best.
Hi, boys.
Safe travels.
Adam Schefter looks incredible, by the way.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So does Field.
Good to see you, Schefter. You look like you're in great shape. You too, Field. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of great shape, joining us now is a 14-time world champion. At one point in his life, he was 24 years old. and he was tasked with being the world champion of the WWE. Going into the Elimination Chamber this weekend, it looks like he's in the best shape I've ever seen him.
Holy shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the owner of the most dangerous letters in all the sport, RKO Randy Orton.
Man.
Yes.
How are you? Wow.
Randy, how are you?
Man.
Good to see you, Randy.
Whew. Gigantic though. I wish we were one of those European crowds and just sang this thing right through.
Oh, man, that shit's great, ain't it?
How is that for you? Did you expect that whenever you went over there? I think it was a couple years ago. France maybe really turned it up?
We were in Lyon, France. It was, I think it was close to 2 years ago, and that's where it started. I've had that entrance song, Pat, for, since 2008 or 9. That's forever. Nobody ever sang it, and God bless the guys that sing the song. It wasn't my favorite entrance music in the world. You need something that punks you up. Now, we'll talk about the Chamber in a second. Trick Williams, his entrance music, I can't help. And now I can't dance. I have no business dancing.
We've seen you dance.
If you couldn't guess, no, you haven't. But when his shit plays, I can't help myself. My blood starts pumping. My music never really did it for me. So when I was coming back from my fusion that I had a few years ago, I was talking to Neil Lowry, thinking about changing the music.
Shout out, Neil.
Yeah, shout out, Neil. Neil, what's up? And, we were thinking about new music, and then I came back and it was like, man, I've had it forever. The fans like it. And then all of a sudden we're in Lyon, and they start singing it.
Universe.
And then the next week they start singing it. And then we come back across the pond, back to the States, they start singing it. And I'm like, okay, this is my music.
You still hearing voices in your head at this stage? How many years into this thing are you now? I think we saw 2000 is when you
Yeah, 2000 since WWE?
Yeah, I started, with Rip Rogers back in OVW.
Yeah. Greatest class in history.
Yeah, May of 2000 is when I took my first bump down in OVW, and I was down there for about a year and a half. And then a few years later, I was in Evolution. And I think it was in 2003 I was in my first Elimination Chamber match. So that was 23 years ago I stepped foot in the chamber for the very first time.
You talk about your fusion. I remember that being a terrible time. There's been other injuries. Obviously, you're a professional wrestler.
Sure.
Yeah, your dad in the business. You know the business. That comes with the business. Yeah. Especially, whenever you're working as often as you were working. Now, your style is you could be whenever. And I think you know that. You take a lot of pride in that. Yeah. And wrestlers always say how Randy works is how you should want to work.
Yes.
Rip Rogers says that. But still, it's going to happen. And you look incredible right now.
Thank you.
You feel that way? You feel great, incredible? Why is that?
I do. You know what? I had injuries early on. I blew both my shoulders out before I was 25. I had major surgeries, and I had to kind of go back to ground zero and realize if I want to do this for any length of time, have any longevity, and I love this business, so that's all I want to do, right? I got to figure out how that I can get longevity out of the sport, out of the entertainment business, and that's what I've done. So I kind of honed my craft to where if you watch, and I hate to have anyone now look back at all my matches, but I haven't picked a motherfucker up in 20 years.
Don't have to.
No, and I don't. And it's not. People they're looking to do the fancy moves. It's not the move. It's me that's doing the move that makes it fancy, baby.
Yeah, and listen,
it's the RKO. I've had that same finish. For almost my whole career.
Best finish in the biz.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks.
Ever.
Out of nowhere. Whenever that started becoming out of nowhere, and then it goes viral, and then it trends, and then you buy in with your family at home, it's like
everyone in the world was doing it.
All generations.
And then as soon as we see your ass pop up in the back of a frame, and it's like, here it comes. It's incredible, brother.
When I first met Logan Paul, he was like, man, I was doing the vines and I was doing the RKOs. I said I didn't know who you were, but I knew what the RKO was, and I was like, thanks, but but that's just an example of it superseded everything that I was as a brand. It was like the RKO. It was huge, and shout out to Diamond Dallas Page, the Diamond Cutter, and of course there was the Ace Crusher.
So Ace gets mad at you, I assume, that you don't give him a shout out ever. DDP gets a shout out. It sounded like you were just checking a box.
You got to shout him out. I think that there's a story that goes way back where DDP did an interview where he said that I had given him a call and asked him if I could use the Diamond Cutter as a finish. And now this was back when I was in my early 20s, and I was having, it was a little rough around the edges, and I might not have remembered that conversation. So I called him out, and I said, bullshit, that's a lie. I never called him. Sorry, Paige. I totally did. That happened. I thought I might have been dreaming it, but no, it was.
I like the fact that back then, who you were, they're like, hey, you did the right thing. You called DDP. You were like, no, I didn't do that. I don't want to hear that. I did not do the right thing. That is kind of like old school business stuff, and I don't want to get into that entirety because, of course, there's so many little things, and how great you are for the business is a phenomenal thing. And there's a lot of different eras. And you've been through a lot of them.
Yeah.
And you have showed up for the fans. So I would like to say thank you for that.
Yeah,
now,
thanks, man.
Tom Brady hasn't seen any of them. Tom Brady hasn't seen a single one of them. Now, he's in great shape, too. He's got the avocado ice cream. He's back on. He's living his life. He's doing his thing. Whenever, this has always been the old school, how people talk about wrestling, And him dropping the cute line, I know, was just like the greatest word that could enter your ears right there when you think about, this guy's no idea what he's talking about. How does this kind of all make you feel now that you're in the middle of it with the greatest of all time?
Well, the thing with the cute line, like I'm just having fun at this stage of my career, man. I am just, especially after the injuries and the spinal fusion. I mean, there's no one on the roster that I'm aware of anyway that's had a lower lumbar fusion, let alone a double fusion. So the fact that I'm doing anyway, like every second I'm in that ring, I am soaking it up. And I've been doing this longer than damn near anybody. Gosh, I feel so grateful to be around. So hearing him call it cute, like I'm having fun. 10, 15, 20 years ago, I would have been hot. I would have had choice words to say for Tom Brady. But the RKO line, it's funny because I'll look at the comments sometimes just to get, it tickles me. But people get so freaking upset. And it's like, we're just having fun. But Tom, if you want to take an RKO, dude.
Yeah.
Call Pat. Pat will call me.
I would certainly love to do that for all parties involved, including the NFL fans, and I think some Patriots fans.
Sure.
Wouldn't mind seeing that at this exact moment. AJ has a question for you, Randy.
Yeah.
You mentioned longevity. I guess I don't think there's any secret, any sport or business like, hey, the people that show up are consistent and work hard seem to be the ones that rise to the top and stay there. But, like, consistency, is that what, like, when you watch, how do you stay relevant for so many years? Because we see a lot of guys come up. I mean, I don't want to mention anyone, but there's different fans I've been with over the past where, hey, this guy's he's on his way to the top, and then all of a sudden you never hear from him again. That's what wrestling is. How have you been able to be you forever?
Man, I think I've just been me. There's a lot of, I think like any.
Also, hold on, 6'5".
Yeah.
Wildly attractive.
Because
270
cool
pounds,
tattoos,
cool tats. Yeah,
quads.
dad in the knows what he's doing. Best worker probably in the history of the company.
Stop it. My grandfather and my uncle wrestled too, as a matter of fact. But
so I need to add that in.
Ace
Cutter, sorry, Ace.
Yeah, it's not just Roman.
Rest in peace, Grandpa. Man, as far as that goes, I take care of my body. And the thing is early on in my career, I think I got lucky because I was horrible to my body. Like, I was doing all sorts of shit I shouldn't have been doing. And I kind of had a reality check. And I turned things around. And I just, like, the in-ring work that we talked about earlier, like, I make sure that everything I'm doing, there's a reason that I'm doing it. I'm not just throwing myself around. I see young guys come up and, they don't hurt. They're able to. Javon Evans.
Unbelievable.
Perfect example.
This weekend, Elimination Chamber, if you haven't seen this dude, watch him.
Yeah, he is incredible. But I've had a couple talks with him because, like, he's doing so many things that nobody else can do, and he doesn't need to do them all every night.
It's like Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy, perfect example. But another guy, I mean, he's still wrestling. And he's one durable son of a bitch. Yeah. And the heaviest man I've ever, I said I didn't pick anybody up. Earlier in my career, picking up Jeff Hardy, that was a chore. Yeah, he is a shout out to Chris Jericho. He's a heavy motherfucker too.
That's why they're so devastating. That lion salt was so hard because he's heavy in there. The swanton bomb from Hardy. Got a lot of heavy.
I'm trying to think. I think that the heaviest, probably a 5-star frog splash from RVD would probably be the most stoutest thing I've ever taken. Oh yeah. RVD, amazing talent, but man, he hit you. You know what? He was like as solid as this freaking table right here.
I heard Rey Mysterio likes to lay it in a little bit too.
I love Rey Mysterio. I don't see nothing bad about Rey.
No, I would never. Rey Mysterio gave me a shot of tequila after my first match. I was going to the bathroom and I hear, Mr. McAfee outside.
I know that voice,
Yes.
but it wasn't tequila. Oh my God! Oh God, Ray. Oh,
He's the greatest. I have one of Ray's masks on my desk because of how much respect I have for now. Appreciation for him.
Yeah, Ray, dude, goat, greatest of all time.
And his kid, just a sack of shit.
Yeah, piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit. But let's be serious.
Unbelievable.
On his way.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
When I first saw that guy 5-6 years ago, I thought, oh man, poor kid. Look at him now.
Yeah, he's
got the world by the balls.
Yeah, just such a scumbag. But boy, he's got it figured out, and he's really good at everything.
Yeah, no, he's smart. He's got a look. He went from not having a look, and I'm thinking like, man, what's this kid gonna do? And now all of a sudden, he's like. Got more heat than anybody.
And they drop him in AAA, and then he got him in Raw.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he is
so
a wet
good.
worker. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, right.
Scumbag.
But a marvel to watch, especially with how the crowd reacts to him. I know you're a gamer. I saw an interview. You're big on Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Is that kind of your go-to hobby? Or are you looking forward to some of the games, Crimson Desert coming out? There's some big ones coming. Is that where you go to get away?
I am a gamer, and the weirdest thing is so I'm trying to think back when my dad was around my age, and just to imagine him playing video games.
Yeah.
God, I feel kind of like a geek sitting here talking about it. No offense to all the gamers out there, but
none taken.
I love video games.
Are you good at them?
My poor wife. Oh my God. I'm like, hey, honey, Brooklyn's in bed. I'm gonna go down to the media room. It's like, see you in 3 hours. But Elden Ring, the one I'm playing right now, it's Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Amazing, amazing. It's like watching, Avatar or something. You immerse yourself in it. You have fun, and you just kind of I don't watch a lot of sports.
That's all right.
But like movies, video games, that's like where I get my.
Your wife and you are cool.
Yeah. Oh.
Nobody talks about you guys as a couple, like whenever it comes to like celebrity stuff, because you guys stay out of it so much.
Yeah, no,
you two are awesome together. Feels like you're a perfect match.
We want nothing to do with all that shit. My wife is absolutely amazing, man. She really is, and I've got 5 amazing kids. I feel I got to pinch myself every morning when I wake up. I am like the luckiest guy in the world, and I've had so many chances. At life, I've effed up a bunch, but I got a bunch of good people around me, man, at work and just throughout my career. And that's another reason with the longevity, man. Like, the right people were there to kind of pick me up, slap me around, and say, don't do that again. And I was given, I don't know if it was the talent or if it was, they saw something in me. Maybe it was just potential at the time, but I was given those chances. And because of that, I'm still here. So I got to give credit to those guys and gals that gave me those 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th.
Not just still here, still in it.
Yeah. Hey, still bringing it.
Elimination Chamber this weekend.
Yes.
You've been in a lot of them. You talk about 23 years ago, you remember, or something like that. What is the mindset here? What is the plan? What's the game plan? What do we need to do here?
Yeah.
Because we would like to see you.
Yeah. Well, I think if you're a betting man, definitely bet on me.
Yes.
I'm winning that thing. I'm 40. I'm 46 in a couple months. And, I can't do this forever. I've been doing it 26 years. If I could do it another decade, I will. The work rate, the way that I wrestle, maybe I could pull that out. But I know that time's coming. So I don't know how many more chambers I got. I don't know how many more WrestleManias I got. I think this will be my 21st WrestleMania coming up.
Jeez.
I just want to keep stacking them up, man. So, every week I'm taking it kind of one week.
Yeah, you look so fat on TV when I saw you.
Bloated. I'm a bloated mess right there.
I think the first time I saw you, I was a fan here. I was a fan here in Indianapolis.
Is that Miz?
Yeah, Miz is eating a few
How's
of those.
that feel?
Miz got longevity too. Yeah, he hasn't won in a long time.
4 years.
He's another guy, man. He's been around forever. Kudos to him. He's a durable son of a bitch too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And I beat him at Mania, so that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, but I wasn't the only one. I mean,
you've had a couple good showings, man. I seem to remember you out there with Stone Cold having some fun.
Wide.
And that was probably just all called on the fly, on the spot. I'm guessing he's like. Throw Pat out there, right?
You can't hear him either. So, so we're out there. Yeah, it is all getting called on the. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's all out there. And
talk about learning from the best.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
In AT&T Stadium in Texas.
Yes.
Steve Austin in there.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, come up here. It's like, Yeah, of course. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And, I'm trying to rely on what I've heard you guys or other guys talk about. Like, all right, I'm just following along right now. That is all I'm doing here. I'm going in and I'm listening. And then he starts talking. And I'm like, oh yeah, sweet. I can't hear him. His
gravelly voice. No,
yeah, because he said, you see the video. I watched the video back where he points to both things. I couldn't hear a word he was saying. And I was okay, I've done it before. Yep, we're doing beers. Okay.
Yeah, right. Thank God you were a fan, or you are a fan, and you had watched and you knew what the hell he was talking about.
Yeah, and then whenever, as you receive a stunner, like as a wrestling mark and as somebody that's watched the entire thing, it's like, this is the greatest thing that could ever happen to me in my entire life. And also, I've been thinking of how I would take a stunner for 20, 30 years at this. You know what I mean? So it's like immediately like, oh shit, this is we've been planning. We've been planning. And the thing about you guys, obviously, you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
And how you strategize and work is how you're going to get a win. But all of that is happening fully encompassed. Broadway, live in front of people, but it's only one way. Like concerts, there's comedians that are in the middle, but they're not doing physical things that are happening. You guys having people at all angles around you, watching your every single move, listening to everything, has such an amount of pressure, I think, to execute on everything. Whenever there's a mess up, it's a huge deal. That's why mess ups are such a big deal, because you guys, it's unbelievable the amount of talent that you guys have. Honestly, it is unbelievable. I feel like you probably took a lot of pride in this next generation, like in helping to lend a hand and carry on the tradition of the biz.
100%. And you're right about, it's 360 degrees. You're playing to everybody in the crowd. A place like this, you got tens and tens and tens of thousands of people you're playing to. Then you're playing to the people at home sitting on the couch too. So there's all these different elements. But as far as the younger talent, I get, in my salty old age, I've gotten some fulfillment in helping out the younger
You didn't
guys.
want to, though, earlier.
No, of course not. Well, I don't want anybody to take my spot. And then I kind of got to the point where I realized that,
that's not possible.
They can't take my spot.
No.
Yeah,
I'm Randy Orton. Sometimes I got to remind myself that
well, 100%. I'm human, and I forget, but then then I remember. It's like, let me help these kids out. And there's a few of them. Now, you get the occasional kid that'll come up and like, hey, will you watch my match? You watch it. You talk to him. He doesn't change anything or take any advice, and you realize, like, oh, okay, you piece of shit. You're doing what you think you should do. But then there's the guys that really care. And, I mentioned like a Javon Evans or a Trick Williams, and there's so many other guys. I could name so many guys.
Can I explain something to you that you might not realize?
Yes.
So I've learned this with Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers has been in the league so long. All the guys that are in the league basically grew up as fans of Aaron Rodgers.
Sure.
So, like, whenever they play against Aaron, you hear media talk about Aaron, they try to kill him, you hear all these people, but you hear players talk about it, and they're like, that's Aaron Rodgers right there. Right. That's what's happening with you, I think. We all grew up watching you somehow, even though you're still in the business as good as you are.
Sure.
So these guys all grew up being like, Randy Orton is the guy. So you giving them any time, I think they're very thankful for. And I am pumped that you're doing that for the good of the dish business.
Yep.
I think you're doing it good for dish business. Tone has a question for you, Randy.
Yeah, I do, and it's kind of around how long you've been in the new generation. I lived in Southside Pittsburgh from 2006 to 2010. Mario's after Monday Night Raw. You and the guys had a room upstairs. You went there after Raw.
That was when he called DDP.
Maybe.
Did you say 06?
It was 06 to 010. I can't remember what year it was.
Okay, yeah, those are fun years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying, and we talk a lot about being here at the Combine and the new generation. Like, you guys went out after events, and that's how you built camaraderie, I assume. Mm-hmm. Does the new generation do that at all? Is that how has the locker room kind of changed over the years, and like what do they do for camaraderie now?
I think that a lot has changed. So with social media and everybody having a recording device on them, so much has changed. And I was just talking about my wife and my kids, and I know they might be watching. I don't want to get into the exacts, but like we were always getting into something after the show.
Sure.
And I mean, I think last year I heard LA Knight wrestled 64 times, and that was the most anyone wrestled last year.
Yeah.
64 times. I was averaging like 180 matches a year for 15 years.
Whew.
In 2013, I think I had like 220 something. So like times have changed, but that's a lot of nights out, with the guys. The camaraderie was, camaraderie galore. We had a lot of fun.
A lot of camaraderie.
Yeah.
And much. And God, be in so much trouble this day and age. So I think the guys now are smarter. They're more interested in getting up early and training the next day. your body's your temple. You know what I'm saying? Times have changed. We used to put a lot of things in our body.
Yeah, here too, dude. Football's the same.
Yeah. So I think just like with football, I'm
parallels.
sure. I think a lot of that's the same. So I think they're getting together, they're hooking up, but they're doing on a safer, more respectable, smarter plan.
Shame.
All right, Rip Rogers.
Big shame.
Yeah, big shame. It's football. We say that about football too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of bummed out that this generation doesn't get to experience the keg as much as they do the kale. You know, because it's like you get a lot tighter here than I think on this side. But that's the modern world. Nobody wants to go out and get caught doing like anything ever. Get a little booze and you say one thing wrong, your career and your family's over forever.
Oh yeah, forget about it.
Yeah, it's over. So, last question for me. I also trained with Rip Rogers. He Indiana legend, obviously down in OVW. Hilarious human being. But the classic old school wrestler.
Yes.
You know, just like the classic. They hate, I think, the modern era of wrestling. More specifically, the Unreal thing on Netflix.
Gosh.
I hated it. Okay, I felt like I was an old wrestler whenever it first got introduced. I hated everything about it. I'm like, I'm not doing any of this. So then I watch a couple episodes. I'm like, I could see how people who aren't wrestling fans might watch this and have more respect for what wrestling is as opposed to, you know, beforehand. So maybe it's exposing it more. Then I was asked to be a part of it. I told them no. Then they kind of forced me into it. I told them you can't have a camera in here. Joey, who we like, set up a camera up on the Thunderdome to get. Without my, I think I could kind of sue, but kind of without my permission in this entire thing. Yeah. And then I'm lucky to be a part of that Unreal. I'm happy that my daughter and my boys are going to be able to see that kind of documented. So it's kind of a double-sided thing here. How do you feel about it?
It's hard. Well, it depends on the time of day you ask me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think like you at first, this is terrible. Because, there was a day and age where, you know, if you were working with a guy, I'm a bad guy, he's a good guy, we might be bros, but we're not going to ride together, even though we want to. We're not going to be seen in public together. Certainly not in the town we're wrestling. Now it's like, you know, not like that at all. Kayfabe is dead.
No!
Yeah, well, you're just talking about putting a camera up on the fucking...
Yeah.
Kayfabe's dead. This is entertainment. We're all superstars. I understand it, and I also hate it. Yeah. And I understand it, and I think it's necessary. I think bringing in a crossover, like you said, your daughter gets to see it, and she'll understand it, and people that aren't fans might be fans and have more of a respect for what we do and listen, if you don't know what goes into it, and now you watch Unreal and you realize, like, oh my God.
A lot of thought.
There's a lot, and it's boom, boom, boom. Live TV almost every day of the week. It's insane when you think about the amount of content that's put out and how it's pretty much all live. So I think it makes sense to me that it's a thing, but that doesn't mean I have to like it.
I think they're going to force you to like it at some point.
Yeah,
no doubt.
I've seen a few episodes, and I've seen myself in the background doing shit, and I'm like, eh.
You've never let it in?
No.
Because all the OGs would kill you.
Yeah, I don't think they'd kill me. I think they all get it too, you know. And even Rip, well, maybe not Rip.
No way.
He hates it.
No.
But you know, it's just
like Heyman.
Different generation, man.
Paul Heyman said the same thing about how, you know, it's
adapt.
this, it's that, we got to adapt. And then I assume that they'll end up working that. I assume that'll end up being a work, like, I assume wrestling will do what wrestling does to Unreal at some point.
Right.
But it was certainly a shock to the system.
Yeah, big time. Big time, especially for me. Yeah.
All right, CM Punk's back. He's the guy.
Yeah, Punk's back. Punk's cool. He's
huge one in Chicago.
Yeah, big one. And you know
AJ back.
Yeah, well, Finn Balor. Let's talk about Finn. Talk about, holy smokes, smoothest guy out there, dude. I can't wait to watch him and Punk in Chicago. That's going to be a banger, dude.
AJ and Becky going to be huge.
Does Finn eat pizza? Yeah. You ever seen Finn eat a piece of pizza?
Sandwich?
I have not seen Finn eat
I didn't think
pizza.
so.
No.
And he's Irish, too. You should like...
Oh, I see what you're saying, because he's shredded.
Yeah.
I think he eats whatever he wants, to be
okay.
honest. Yeah.
What about you?
That makes me hate him.
He's one of I fluctuate. I'll go up and down. Sometimes the diet suffers, the abs disappear, and I'm all of a sudden 300 pounds. You've seen me.
Oh, yeah.
Then I'll dip down to 280 and, like, kind of, you know.
There was a time you came back, I forget when it was, and you might have been 310 pounds. And I'm like,
oh, we were there. When we were there?
Look at this thing.
Shredded.
Because your quads are gigantic. So then anytime the upper body gets even bigger, it's like, is this Brock walking on
I
it?
was too big, bro. Too big.
Your knees were probably upset.
Oh, yeah, too big. You can't get a fusion and gain 60 pounds.
No, you can. You just can't expect to do things.
You can, but it's not smart.
Yeah. Randy, we appreciate you stopping by, man.
Thank you, Pat.
Safe travels up to Chicago.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
We're pulling for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
We would like you to win for the good of the business.
Yeah,
for real.
Well, I'm going to win this thing, go to WrestleMania, main event it, and get that 15th world title.
Boom.
Yeah.
And then what? And then we're gonna get. Then you got to give it up again, and then you got to go.
16.
And then what?
That's right. That's right. I don't think anyone's getting more than 17. Yeah, you know what I mean. If you know what I mean.
You're the man.
I love you, John.
I'm a VW classmate.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, 14-time world champion Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy.
Hey, can we get a selfie with you?
Stand up, AJ.
Appreciate it. Good luck.
Jeez, this guy, this son of a bitch.
I did.
New game coming out, Randy.
Hey, I just saw you paid $1,000 to upgrade your character. What a mark. See you, dude. See you, dude. He's the man. He's always been very nice to me in the business because of Rip.
Yeah, and also the RKO. Like, whether you're a WWE guy or not,
everybody knows
you
that.
love the RKO, and in turn, love Randy Orton.
He's the best.
He's huge.
Because you know why? He also looks like a WWE superstar, okay? That's how I want my WWE superstars to look, act, and be like. Okay?
Amen, brother. Yeah.
Hey, don't be watching Unreal. He said it. Hey, Fabian.
That's why we don't.
I don't like. I wish he would have told us if he was going to win the Elimination Chamber. Then, if that's the case, I thought it was all strategy. Speaking of strategy, Indiana has enacted a strategy that is awesome.
Yeah,
for the state of Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who is going to be in the news a lot, especially if something comes through where Indiana joins New Jersey, Florida, and California as teams with states with two NFL teams in them. Joining us now, the governor of the great state of Indiana, Mike Braun.
Damn, Mike.
Sir, thank you for joining us, man. My pleasure. Hell yeah, very kind of you.
How you doing?
Very good. Nice to meet you.
All right.
This is for you, sir.
Okay.
I like that.
It's not mine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I did. I was
That was the guess. Yeah. Jeez.
We assumed.
I was thinking, I said, wait a minute, sir. Okay, I like what you're doing. A joyful day. Mr. Governor, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Congratulations on the state in which you govern, hosting the Combine for the 39th straight year. Obviously, Indianapolis is built to host things. The partnership with the NFL has been spectacular. And I think our state and our city show up every single time. How do you feel about the Combine, the NFL's partnership with our great state?
Well, I know we got to renew the deal, and we're going to definitely want that to get done. Been here a long time. When I ask them how long, it's been since 87. Is that right?
Yeah, 39 years this year. And then we agreed for 2 more years through 2028, so it'll be 41. But we would like a 10-year deal, Governor.
Yeah.
You need to...
We'll work on that. But anything that lasts that long, you'd have to have a really good reason. Why would you change it? If it's not broken, they'll try to fix it.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Chicago have been the homes of Chicago Bears for a long, long time. I think there's a vote happening right now in Illinois. Obviously, in the NFL, this has happened throughout history where owners, in an attempt to potentially get a new stadium or get some public money, will say, like, hey, there's other options out there if that's how we want to go about doing this. The other option in this was the state of Indiana, and it felt like you very much were like, we are open for business if that's the case, able to pass the Bears bill, Senate Bill number 27, which gives them some tax breaks and some property stuff. How do you feel about that coming along? And how real did you think the conversation was at the beginning of this, actually getting the Bears to come to Indiana?
So you got to look at how long the Bears were trying to talk to their own state and their city. That goes back like 3 years. So for 2.5 years, they were just like, we're not interested, I think, assuming that it would just happen there. But to get something done, even though that lease goes through where they'll be playing there, for several more years, their clock was starting to run out to get it planned for a new stadium. So they came to us. We didn't try to lure them because they thought there was no interest, and they were being told bluntly, you got to build your own stadium. We're not putting any taxpayer dollars into it. So we never got ahead of our skis. I wanted to make sure it was an honest broker. We were talking.
As opposed to being used for leverage, which is certainly going to happen in business.
And that can happen at any time along the way on a real estate deal.
Agreed.
Therefore, before we went to, I guess, last week, when they made that strong statement and our bill passed through the House, that was kind of a threshold point. So when that happened, it was far enough along to where we believe it's mostly due diligence to just get the I's dotted, T's crossed, a month and a half or two, and then you ink a final deal. That doesn't mean in the meantime something couldn't waylay it, but I think they are really now got a good look at what it's like doing business in a place like Indiana. And it's going to be a lot easier to run a business over the next 40 or 50 years than it would be there.
Okay, so there's a vote in Illinois, I guess, to kind of counter what you guys are doing today. I assume you guys are watching this closely. At this point, it sounds like you're very confident that this deal is going to get done, and the things that you're offering for the Chicago Bears in Indiana would not be possible in Illinois. Sounds like what you were saying.
I'm confident that we've done everything you needed to do to be in the place we're at, where they make that strong public statement, regardless of what they do in the legislature. There's still a lot of things that would have to happen. And due to the fact that they took so long to get to this point, I think they can really see, I mean, the Jets, the Giants, look at all the other places where you're playing just across the border.
Yeah, and Kansas City just moved to another state. I mean, these are things that happen, especially with stadiums. And we're running into the final 40 seconds here live on ESPN. We'll continue digitally. We're talking to Governor Mike Braun. I mean, this guy, whenever he came in, I remember the ads. I'm an outsider. I'm a businessman. And we are going to be open for business here, taking over for Holcomb. Governor Holcomb has been here for a while. And I think this move is you stating that to the world, right? Isn't that kind of a move that you would like Indiana to be known for? Like, hey, we are open for business here in the state of Indiana.
Open for business, reasonable regulations, taxes, high wages, low cost of living. What more would you want?
Boom. That's a good sell. We'll continue with the governor. Exactly. We will continue with the governor. We'll be back here on a feel-good Golden Friday at the Combine tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Goodbye. Okay, Governor, we are still live. We're just not on ESPN. We're on YouTube, TikTok, and X, and things will obviously continue to get ESPN Plus, Disney. Sorry, I got to make sure I check all the boxes. We're still a lot of people out here watching, and obviously this is a huge story for the NFL as we kind of piece together what the future could look like. So whenever, let's say Illinois, and you say if they get through legislature, there's a lot of other things that still have to happen. Are you in the position where you feel like you're nimble enough where if Illinois does put together a proposition for Chicago, you will be able to counter again? Like, is that a potential outcome in this entire thing? Like, how do you see this joust potentially going, and what are you prepared for?
So you got to put it into context. When there was no interest and all of a sudden you're very interested, and we've been able to do all of this basically in a couple months to get it from agreement generally to an accommodating bill and a strong public statement. That's the speed of light in this business.
Yeah.
And I think they've got a good feeling, too. We are an honest broker. We're not going to, and we wanted to make sure they were doing the same thing. So I don't know what could happen, especially when they say they're not going to put any money into it. We'll see. And I think fans have already done the calculation. You're going to have plenty of room to tailgate and do all the fun stuff in Indiana.
It's the Indiana Bears.
Yeah.
Chicago Bears. Sorry, I do not want to piss off the Chicago Bears fans even more.
And I won't let you do that. It's going to be the Chicago Bears in Indiana.
Okay, good. It's only, 20 minutes away
from Soldier Field.
From Soldier Field.
Difference.
So it's just like, what does the business of the Bears want to do? And by the way, good for the Bears business is good for the team. It's good for the NFL. So we appreciate you guys stepping up and doing that, especially with what we've realized with doing business here in the state of Indiana. AJ has a question for you, Mr. Governor.
Yeah, Governor, you said like, hey, high wages, low cost of living, all of these things that it seems like common sense. That's what everybody wants, right? Like, why is it so difficult to actually execute that in most states?
Well, I think you'd have to listen to J.B. Pritzker, the mayor of Chicago, how much common sense is coming forth. Not much. I mean, they're talking about in a state like Illinois, they generally grow government, not the real world, the private side of life. And most of us have to make our living in the real world, not in a world that's dominated by government.
Pritzker, governor of Illinois. Funny you called him the mayor. I like what you're doing right now. I like how this whole thing's going, Mr. Governor.
Well, that wasn't on purpose.
No, of course not. Of course not. Connor has a question for you, Mr. Governor.
Mr. Governor, it's an honor. First of all, this would be sick. As someone who lives in Indiana, I would love to have the Chicago Bears here, but call them the Indiana Bears. Simultaneous, piss off Colts fans and Bears fans. But
there you go.
As far as timeline goes, like as someone who might not be locked in, obviously the Bears wouldn't be playing in Indiana next year. Like when do you see them, being able to be up there? When do you see those type of things breaking ground? And also specifically, what city is it in? Because I've heard Gary, I've heard a couple different other
Hammond.
places.
Hammond.
Yeah, Hammond. Like, is Hammond the one?
Hammond near Wolf Lake. So
Okay.
It's got a lot of room up there. And I think when it comes to that whole idea of how you're going to acclimate, you've already done the timing. It's going to be easier to probably get down there for most of the current Bear fans than it would be fighting your way up through traffic to get to Arlington Heights. And I think the fact that it's happened in so many other places, that will be the Bears Nation still going to be there. You're going to add a lot more folks from the region that go to the ball games.
When's this going to happen?
It's going to happen. The stadium will be built as soon as starting on all the stuff you do preliminarily on real estate, but they'll be in Soldiers Field. The lease goes, I think, through 32 or 3.
Okay.
So they'd have a point where if they get it built, they can move into it and then work something else on the balance of the lease. So it's mostly done on the lease, and I would imagine they'll get started on the construction sometime soon after the.
Yeah, why don't next week we start building
Seriously.
that thing? Quicker it's up, the quicker they're in there. We can negotiate a buyout, or can you with Illinois?
I think I heard maybe 29 would be a goal of when you'd actually build a stadium.
Tone has a question for you.
Yeah, I do, Mr. Governor. I live here. I pay the taxes here to the state. What would the Bears moving to Northwest Indiana do for the residents of Northwest Indiana and just us Indiana taxpayers as a whole?
So, look at this.
Uh-huh.
Imagine this up there. And for Indy, this is a kind of the heartbeat of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And look at what it's done to make us a sports state. NCAA headquartered here.
Yeah.
All the events we have. We got great sports facilities. So imagine that in the region. Most people in Indiana don't know that there's as much population in the region, Lake Porter County, as you nearly have here in Marion County. So, and it's a place.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's under 1 million, but it's the next largest place in Indiana. And when you look at the synergy from it, Gary was once our second largest city, bigger than Fort Wayne at one point. And steel whooshed out of the area, out of the country. Look what happened to the economy. So this is how you rebuild. They've got a convention center. They got a casino. FedEx put a hub in there. They got the Gary Airport, which is underutilized.
Do we still have a casino
All
up in
of
that
that.
area?
Yeah.
Is there a casino up there?
Yeah, that's the biggest casino in the state.
Is it a winner? Am I walking in and walking out of there a winner or no?
Depends on your talent vetting.
Okay, Mr. Governor. So we're moving the Bears to Indiana.
Yep.
Congrats to the Bears, by the way. It sounds like you guys got a really good deal here.
Way better for them.
Way better for that. Way better for the league, I think, because it's all going to be. Now, the Chicago people are going to have to swallow. That's going to be a hard pill to swallow. But once again, governments, public money, all this stuff gets involved. It can get a little bit messy. It's happened before. There is precedent. We're excited for you. Now, do you think this is a little bit of a get back by Indiana for all the money that I've spent in Illinois and in Michigan?
On what?
You know what I'm talking about. Gov, I think we should have that conversation next for the good of Indiana. Do you not think?
I think you ought to talk to the legislators about that.
Okay, I will. You go with me. You go with me.
I may.
That's good for business. But
moneymaker.
Yeah, it is a moneymaker, and it's all around our state.
Yeah.
So I'm taking
even Kentucky.
Exactly.
Medical.
But I got a card.
That would be fine.
You got issues?
We'll meet you halfway.
But what we're saying is, I think you, in having the business mindset, have been good for Indiana. I mean, from where we were, COVID, here in Indianapolis, COVID, city gets shut down. It gets bad. I mean, Indianapolis, the rebuild, the comeback, and then also try and do it for the state. We, as Hoosiers, would like to say thank you for your commitment to bringing business and to bringing other outsiders into Indiana. Thank you for representing. And if we can just get that one little thing kind of passed, this would be a dream place for everybody to live, I believe. Mr.
Well, I'll take that under advisement, and I'll tell
Thank
you
you.
this. When you look at how many individuals run a business, sign the front side of a paycheck, and got the willingness to get into the business I've been doing as a senator and a governor, not many. In the Senate, there were maybe 3 or 4 that had run a business at a certain scale that would even know what the heck to do to
That's not good.
get that place in order. And governors, you'd think there'd be more because it's an executive role. Most of them come from the farm system of politics. And that's what I was running against. And yes, it's a big advantage doing something in the real world before you wanted to run a state or be one of 100 on the board of directors of the biggest business in the world.
Yeah, well, we appreciate what you're doing, man. Where'd you cut your teeth? What was the business world you were in?
It was a little company that was building truck bodies that I went into 6 months before the farm crisis in the early 80s. That's when a mortgage was a bargain at 10%. Oh. And within 6 months, to wring the inflation out from the Jimmy Carter days, they had to take them to 18%. That was a wobbly business.
Yeah, I'd say.
Circling the drain. I created 2 new businesses, had a fancy MBA, became a used truck dealer.
Love that.
And then did a milk run on truck accessories when only farmers drove trucks. It was jumping in the stream at the right time, and 3 of our 4 kids run it. And it was in a trailer as my office for 17 years. True.
Love that.
And now it's got 90 locations in 40 states and several in Canada.
Congratulations. That's good Indiana business, baby.
There you go.
That's good Indiana business from the trailer park to the world.
You got it.
I love everything about it. Mr. Governor, great work on this Bears deal. And thank you for being willing to be, because you said speed of light. That's real.
Yeah.
Having something that you think would be good for the state, executing for the good of the state, and hopefully signing the deal to make it all happen.
We're going to do everything we can to get it done.
We appreciate you appreciating ball, too. We know you love sports. So
I do.
We love the fact that you love sports. More people in the politics world that love sports, we think the better because that's what we know. So we appreciate the hell out of you, man.
Well, let's do it again. And
I know
we'll
what it'll
come back
be about.
on when we talk about the deal being inked, ideally.
Which deal?
Bears deal, and then we'll talk about sports.
No, not sports. I want to talk about
sports medicine.
Sports medicine.
Sports
pain management.
Herbs.
Yeah,
I'm looking for herbs. Mr. Governor, you've done a fantastic job on this whole thing. Congratulations, and we appreciate you. Can you throw a football or no?
I was a split end back in high school.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I can catch them.
Oh, you can catch. Can you throw or no?
Not enough to where I'd want to do it on national TV.
Okay.
Hold on, now. We're on the internet. We're not on national TV anymore. Remember? So hold on, now. Do you think you could get this football from here to there? To that hole right there, Mr. Governor?
I don't think I could.
Okay, all right. Hey, I like that.
I like that.
Self-awareness.
Yeah, I like
Need that, Governor.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back on the other side. Dan Morgan of the Carolina Panthers will be joining us. Governor Braun, seemingly, with what you just told us, Bears are coming to Indiana.
Yeah, looks
Good
good.
chance.
We're going to do our best, and it's looking decent.
Appreciate you.
You bet.
Congrats on Indiana being awesome. We'll be back
guys.
on the other side. This is the Pat McAfee Show, live from the NFL Combine, which has been here in Indianapolis for 39 straight years. We appreciate you all so much. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. Take 5.
Bye.
All right, boys, I gotta do this bullshit Zoom. Yeah.
We're muted. It feels like this guy's got a lot of energy and no fucking idea what he's talking about.
It's nice. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. We're muted, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hello, brother. Thank you for making time this morning. I can't wait to hear what you're pitching, man. I can't wait to hear about it.
First and foremost, huge fan, Mr. McAfee. I know you're busy. I'll get right to the point. As a company that prides itself on being on the bleeding edge of our industry, we want to be in the Pat McAfee business.
Okay.
We believe we have the bandwidth, externally and internally, to take the existing Pat McAfee brand and make it the most sought-after property in media with simple, actionable items that we'll achieve by thinking outside the box, just like you would, Mr. McAfee.
Yeah, you nailed it. I think, it's McAfee. You know that?
Like the antivirus?
Yes, but they're not just an antivirus. They're a scam detection, fraud detection. They're a safe surfing provider. And they'll secure your network whenever you're on public Wi-Fi. And yes, it's McAfee, not McAfee. And they're the greatest tag team partner for anybody in the digital space. What the fuck?
It's more than an antivirus, and we love that. It's more than an antivirus, they have no back.
Happy New Year. Okay, listen, 2026 is going to be your greatest year, but it's also going to be your safest year digitally because you are going to download the McAfee app that looks just like this. Boom! Once you download the app, bang! You sign up. McAfee will automatically check your system if it's safe, check your Wi-Fi if it's safe, and they'll see if there's been any breaches of your name out there in the deep, scary web.
I'm the government, you see? You better pay me. I'm the DMV. I need your social security number. The IRS. You heard the IRS.
Just click the link.
That's me.
Come on.
You better click the link. You better send me money.
Come on, click.
If you don't, you're going to jail.
Click it.
That's the one you're looking for. The scam detector. All you do is click that button, and then it'll take you to a page where you either screenshot a message that you received, or you copy and paste and put it in here, and it'll let you know if it's a scam or not. Or click this button right here and enable an automatic scam detection for scams in your emails and your text messages. Basically, this app and this page is about to save you and your digital self for all of 2026 and beyond. McAfee.
Jack, you got anything to say to the team here?
Oh, man, you guys keep crushing and firing everybody up. It's bigger than you guys, and you guys are the friggin' best. Boom.
Thank you, Jack. That's amazing.
Yes.
God damn, I needed that.
I got back in shape. I'm in the best shape of my life. I felt like I just throw people through walls. Oh, shit. What's happening? What is this?
What the fuck is this?
We interrupt your regular programming with breaking news.
We have reports of a UAP approaching Indianapolis. They have messaged to officials they are coming to take over the world.
Government agencies have been alerted that they plan to land and activate Earth's Armageddon switch.
This is literally the scariest situation imaginable, a true doomsday scenario. Please stay calm, seek shelter immediately, and pray to whatever God or higher power you believe in.
What is that?
What? Landed here?
I think Indianapolis. What? So that can't be.
We gotta go find these motherfuckers.
Yeah?
That's what we need to do.
I think it sounds like something you should do. Jack Carr, yeah. I don't know. We need to.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Yeah, let's. Fuck these pieces of shit.
Let's get them.
Oh, there it is, that motherfucker. It's here. It's here.
It's the button.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
Hey, do you have a rifle?
No, I got something better. Jack, I've been saving this.
What?
Yeah.
What is this thing?
What?
That's for a rifle. What is this?
Yeah, it kills aliens. Yeah, I bought it online, deep web.
That's certainly convenient for us. All right, here we go. Hey, will you be my spotter?
Oh my God, it'd be my honor. Let's go kill these motherfuckers.
Let's do this.
Where are they?
I don't know. I think they're coming. Looks like they might be coming from right over here.
Yeah, it looks like I see their fucking ship. Let's get them. They're not gonna get to that button, Jack.
Nope, they will not get to that button.
Is that one of them? Yeah. Black helmet, Carhartt khaki. He's walking right at you. Go ahead and pep. Yep. That's it, Jack Carr. That's it, Jack Carr. You killed that son of a bitch. Oh, there's another one. He looks the exact same, a little taller, a little bit more awkward. A little more awkward? Yeah, he's in the same spot though. Go ahead and get him. Go ahead. Yeah, there it is. Good hit, Jack Carr.
Two down.
Two dead aliens. Not on our watch. Oh, he came down backwards. This one's showing you his back. No respect. Kind of a disrespectful alien here as he drags his carcass around. Looks different. Oh, all three of them stacked up. Nice. Jack Carr slaying aliens.
Oh, there's one more. It's a big one.
Oh, he looks like an eater.
He is an eater.
Oh, man.
This must be their supreme commander. Look at the size. He's looking at you, Jack. He's coming at you, Jack. He's coming at us, Jack. Get his big ass, Jack. Boom, boom. This guy's trying to take down our planet. Go the fuck out. That's it, Jack Carr. Go back to where you came from, you sack of shit! Hey, good work, dude. Amazing. That was awesome. I mean, they were gonna fucking come in here. I mean, they just popped up and they just shot him right in the fucking head.
I don't know. Good thing we saw that newscast when we did.
Well, that's why they do the live alert. I don't know. Did we know that? That's still
I feel like that should have been disclosed when we got this place.
the legit. Let's go in and talk to the boys.
Amazing. Let's do it.
What a life you live.
Man, I'm just glad you had this rifle and I had those binos. What are the odds of that? I mean,
I could see them.
good thing I carry those with me everywhere I go.
The big one at the end really ate some fucking pain.
Yeah, I feel like he stopped somewhere on the way in for a snack.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. What do you think, boys? Fucking Jack Carr's here. If that's not enough reason to buy his new book, I don't know what is. Fucker just saved the earth. And nobody would have known about it if it didn't just so happen to happen right here with all these cameras. Thank you, Jack Carr. Thank you, Jack Carr.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
you, guys.
Three-time World Saver Jack Carr has done it again. We're all mind-blown that a global attack always seemingly happens when Jack Carr comes to the Thunderdome. But boy, we're thankful he's always there to save us all. On that note, Jack Carr's new book, Cry Havoc, is available now. It's a Vietnam-era thriller and the 8th installment of the multiple-time New York Times best-selling series Terminal List. Hell yeah, Jack Carr. Hell yeah.
Hi, this is the IRS. You owe the government a lot of money. It's not good. You should be very worried and scared about the reality of the situation. To ensure you do not get arrested, click the link below. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to get arrested with the...
You clicked the link like an idiot now! I got everything you have! Your bank notes, they're mine! Your contacts, they're mine! Your photos, they're mine! I'm gonna send them everywhere, but now I got them. I own them. Your money's all mine, and you click the link like a fool. Ah! Ah!
Oh my God! What have I done?
It's more than an antivirus, and we love that. It's more than an antivirus, they have your back.
All the way here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up routine, gratitude, truly. I'm all the way in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude, truly. Feel like new school, Dean, life's pretty cool, G, 3 jobs, few beans, tank top, blue jeans. So this is insane, I'm the 5th guy ever to ride this motorcycle. It's a 1996 Fat Boy. They've been doing this since 1999. It's called the Leader of the Quack. You can call me the Leader of the Quack right now. Quack, quack, quack. Guy currently, his name is Matt. He's a dog. He's wearing a different jacket today. And he told me to wear the one he's wearing. This is a Grateful Dead one, so I'm gonna wear this one. Leader of the Quack coming in 3, 2, and... Oh! Change through me.
Shots, view screens, movie star, 2 scenes, bank account, juicy, cancel you, me, boogeyman, spooky, folks watch, who sees, hating folks, dookie, yeah, you waiting yeah, you waiting for, dookie, yeah, you waiting for, dookie. Yeah, I'm up here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, checking out some new scenes, and you hating folks.
Were you the one that I beat the hell out of tic-tac-toe and Rochambeau?
I just beat him at tic-tac-toe. Hook, line, and sinker. You're the worst tic-tac-toe player of all time.
Yeah, get out. Undefeated, completely different. You guys came down into the thing. Boom!
Go! 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 Go!
Make me wanna put my hands up and hang my heels up and smoke some tree and give me the Oregon Ducks to get a huge win today. A little bit softer now, 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 a little bit louder 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 now.
Don't let that shit happen again today.
Let's go vegan. Oh yeah, man. Oh, get it. Oh,
Thanks, bro.
It's electrifying here in Happy Valley. We're lucky to be here. And, you know, the way you win this is you have be the first 300 people here and you get a ticket. And then we randomly select a ticket, and that person gets an opportunity to kick a 33-yard field goal for an undetermined amount of money. This week, we had our man, William, right? What's your name?
William, yes, sir.
You won the raffle, and you said, I don't want to kick because I suck at kicking. Is that accurate?
More or less.
What is your major here?
I'm a finance major.
Okay, so money decision was, I suck at this. Let me try to find somebody who's good at this. How did you land on my man here, and what are your hopes in him?
Well, I was looking around. I saw my man. He said he plays soccer, and I was like, this is my guy right here. My guy Carson. I have faith in him, so I know he's going to get it done.
All right, you're Carson, right? You played high school soccer. Is that accurate?
I did play high school soccer.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Okay, you're a Pennsylvania guy. Have you ever kicked a ball before?
Other than not football, soccer.
Okay. Well, hopefully you're terrible at this. It's $100,000. Are you guys splitting that 50-50?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll make it $300,000. $150,000 for both of you. Okay. You only get one kick, though. You've gamed the ticket game, which I appreciate and respect. It's up to $300,000. $150,000 for both of you. Only one kick, though, Herbie. We're not doing anything. I don't care how many Staters chant for another kick. Only one, Herbie. Played high school soccer. He's a good player.
We got a problem here.
That's right. It's a whiteout. It could be a special day. You could help out your guy, William, in winning $150,000. One kick, 300,000, two.
You're a good man.
This minute,
You're a good man.
Carson, congratulations.
You crushed that.
William, way to go. It has been an expensive year out here at the field goal kick. Carson, I'm proud of you, buddy. 300,000, 150 to you, 150 to you. Good finance decisions were made. And the first top six whiteout has a magical vibe and an expensive one. We are Thank you. Goodbye.
I think that might. Maybe they should.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink. Damn it!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. You are watching Scott's Jib Showcase, Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis, Indiana. For the 39th straight time, the Combine's here. Hour 3 starts now. Football! It's a wonderful time. I mean, we just had a governor on who is seemingly taking a victory lap about getting the Bears over here to Indiana. Very confident. Obviously, nothing's final until it's final, but it feels like he is very aggressive and very pumped about the opportunity of the Chicago Bears moving their home into the state of Indiana. Thankful for him for making that happen for our state. Also, can't wait to see what he does with cannabis. I felt like that was pretty good. I feel like I did good there.
I think you did. Yeah, you put in like the
I did a little politics.
Put in the groundwork.
Found some names, to maybe check in with.
Hey, just learned afterwards who I need to potentially.
We can go lobby. We can go lobby. We know who to go lobby to.
Well, that's what I think I was trying to do there. In my head,
You'd
I'm
be
like,
a great lobbyist.
Am I lobbying right now? It feels like I'm kind of lobbying. Don't want to piss anybody off. Don't want to get into that world too much. Would like to be able to, do everything that I could do in literally every other state, but this one would be cool. One half of the Hammer, Dahn, Cowboys, AP Tony's here. One half of the Talks Table at Boston Connors here. College football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, AJ Hawk is here looking fantastic, wearing a shirt he bought at the Love's truck stop on the way from his home to here today. He is obviously a legend. Joining us now is a legend, a man who played linebacker at the U, a man who is now the general manager of the Carolina Panthers. They were once ass. Now they're good, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Morgan.
Yeah, Dano.
Atta baby Dano.
Dano.
Atta baby Dano.
What's up?
Has to shake the linebacker first. I get it.
Down the bugles. How you doing? How you doing, Dan?
Sorry. I was waiting. I was going to wait for you. You did the right thing there. I think. I think you handled that well. Yeah. It's the right move for the lads, for the team, for the boys, for the building.
It's your guys.
Let's talk about the building. Your building.
Yeah.
Life has to be good for you. Now, obviously, didn't win the Super Bowl. Okay. Sucks. You guys didn't win the Super Bowl. We hope that you would win the Super Bowl last year. Obviously, you did not. But from where you sat when you got the job to where you're at now, feels like things are coming together. I don't want to say like expected timeline, but where you're at right now with the vision you had whenever you got there, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, we feel good. We feel really good about it. I think we're making steps each year that I've took over. We're building a foundation. We're bringing the right type of guys in, guys that love football, guys that are passionate about football. So we got to keep bringing those type of guys in and just keep the culture of winning going.
How'd that feel, that stadium playoff game?
Oh, it was sweet.
Dude,
it was nice.
I played down there for the Meineke. No.
Was it?
No, Meineke Car Care Bowl was in Jacksonville. No, was that
Charlotte? That probably wasn't real jacked up, though. The stadium at that time.
Excuse me, the West Virginia Mountaineer fans travel. I don't remember if maybe it was the Meineke. No, the Gator Bowl was in Jacksonville.
Yep.
Meineke Car Care Bowl was in Charlotte. So I've played there a few times. I don't think I remembered the stadium being as daunting as it felt like it was going straight up. There was a shot of Bryce coming out for the huddle, and it was like a low shot, and it just looked like a gladiator-like vibe. And I don't want to go back too far, and we talked to owner Tepper about this and Bryce about this, but not that long ago, there was not a lot of excitement about the Carolina Panthers from within the city. Whenever you see that type of reaction, whenever you see that type of game, that kind of like vindicates everything you're building, makes you feel like stronger to keep building. Like, how does that kind of motivate you, and how do you kind of feel about what has happened now?
I mean, I think it makes everybody feel like we're on the right track. When you see the fans out there excited, that's what you want. You want the city to be out there excited about things and knowing that they're, teams putting in the work and, progressing year after year. So we want to get it like that. We want it to be consistent like that. That's the thing. We don't want to just be like a flash in the pan in the playoffs and then not in the playoffs. So we want to consistently be in the playoffs.
Tell me about Bryce Young. He's taller than I thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He came on the show. Yep. He came on the show, and I was looking for him to walk out from the back. Okay. I guess because the backpack, the big back. Yeah. He was taller than I thought he was going to be. I think that potentially got blown way out of proportion, but I think he would even admit that, learning the game, figuring out the game, getting a chance to do it, took him in his own path. Where do you see him at now? What are you proud of Bryce Young maybe throughout this entire thing at this stage, and what do you see for him in the future?
I'm proud of Bryce in general to go through the adversity that he went through and, getting benched. I remember him sitting in my office and talking to him about hey, you're eventually going to be back out there. Just take this in stride, try to go out there, just keep working hard. And he went out there, he worked hard, he put the work in, and I'm just so proud of him for doing that. And then Andy Dalton gets in a car accident. He hurts his thumb, and then insert Bryce back in the lineup, and he took off.
Let's talk about Andy. Can we talk a little bit about Andy?
Yeah.
Shout out to Bryce, by the way.
Yeah.
Bryce, your story is a good one for people to see.
Bryce is my guy, though.
Yeah, should be.
We talk all the time.
He seems like a cool character.
Oh,
yes,
he
does.
Yeah, he seems like a very cool cat. He had a pretty good.
Good jumper.
Nice.
Hell of an
He's
athlete.
a baller.
Yeah.
He's an athlete.
He's really good. You know who else is?
Who's that?
The Red Rocket.
Yeah, the Red Rocket.
Oh, yeah.
The Red Rocket.
Yeah,
he
Red
definitely
Rocket.
is.
The Red Rocket.
Yep.
Okay, so now news is coming out that he's a trade conversation for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
We've seen these veteran quarterbacks. I mean, he came in and played good for you. We've seen these veteran quarterbacks, though, that I think, and I don't want to talk out of line here, I think these veteran quarterbacks that can read defenses are maybe at a premium now, maybe they were in the past.
Yeah.
You're seeing a lot of these OGs getting a second opportunity because of the experience that they have.
Yep.
Andy Dalton seemingly going to be a guy that some teams are going to want. Is that why we're opening the door, or how was that conversation happen with you?
I think there's a potential that somebody may want him, and Andy's a really good player, and he's a great guy, great culture fit for us. I haven't talked to any teams about a trade, but I think if the possibility did come up, that I would talk to Andy, give him that option, and let him, explore a trade. So I do think that we want to get a little younger and a little more athletic at that backup quarterback spot. So we'll see what happens from there.
There's a quarterback here in Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah, but we're not trading.
Okay, all right.
I'm not giving away draft picks. We got to build through the draft.
Well, we would like some draft picks, okay? That's what everybody seems to want what you want, okay? AJ has a question for you, Dave.
Yeah, we had your owner, David Tepper, on the Super Bowl week at Radio Row. He was, I don't know what I thought he was going to be, but I loved, he was very open, seemed like a very real human for being a gazillionaire, having all the money in the world.
Yep.
And seemed very competitive. I guess, what's it like day to day? How involved is he week to week and throughout the season?
We talk almost every day, sometimes twice a day. He wants to win. I want to win. The organization wants to win.
Yeah.
He's so passionate about the team and about the guys on the team, and quite frankly, everybody in the building. So him and Nicole Tepper have been amazing to work with. And some people, don't believe that based on the reputation that he's had, and it couldn't be farther from the truth. He's fun to work with every day. He's funny.
He is.
He likes having a good time.
Yeah.
He's
Pittsburgh
like
guy.
us. Yeah.
He's a Pittsburgh guy, which I forgot about as I was talking shit about him at the beginning of it all, because it was easy, I think, to kind of nitpick at a new owner that isn't having success.
Right.
And then also soccer team not having success, and then all these other things are happening, got signs outside, and then him throwing the ice.
Yep.
And then him going, can I give my side of that story?
Yeah.
These guys were just celebrating that my player was hurt right there. And it's just not, I'm from Pittsburgh. Sorry, I got a little bit fiery. And it was like, I didn't even think about you having a side.
I'm actually a little bit to blame for that, because the guy was being just obnoxious all game long. And then finally I couldn't take it anymore, and I told the guy to shut the...
No, okay, so you were a part of this as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wish we would
box.
have known that this was a...
exchange.
So it wasn't all
Team effort.
just him. I think maybe I got him a little riled up. Too.
But on that note, that's probably a moment where you guys went to battle together. That's good for camaraderie.
We're a lot alike. We're both very competitive. We're both fiery. We both want to win. So
where are you from?
Philadelphia.
Okay, so he's from Pittsburgh. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. Simpatico,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you will. Now, Pittsburgh's better city, obviously.
Yeah.
Connor has.
Nothing like a team kind of fuck that guy together to bring, a front office together. So that's actually really cool to learn. Another guy in the front office we talked to on Radio Row, Hall of Famer, Luke Kuechly. I'm not sure specifically what his title is right now, but he obviously huge weapon for you guys to use. Does he send you questions that you can ask some of these guys to kind of inform you on if they are a football genius? Because obviously the clips.
He doesn't, but he is a football genius. And obviously, he's one of the best linebackers of all time, and I'm just so proud of him for making the Hall of Fame this year. Couldn't happen to a better guy, and obviously an unbelievable player.
What are those questions that you are asking? We heard, I forget who said it, that they asked about cereal in the morning. John Schneider. Do you do any of those, or you're just kind of locked in with them? Hey, tell me why you love football.
Stare at me, don't blink.
Ours is.
You have an incredible ability. I'm telling you.
Locked in.
All day.
I got a story after this.
Okay, good. I'll remind you.
Yeah, so, we want to know about the guys, right? We want to know, what's their story? What's their football story? When did they fall in love with football? Why did they love football? You only have 20 minutes with them, so we just want to hear their story, how they grew up, who got them into football, who were some of their mentors, and why are they playing? Why do they love it? So we just want to find more about the guy, because I feel like if you're going to miss on a player, I think it's more about missing on the guy than it is the actual player. So we just want to dig as much as we can.
It feels like those eyes are good at finding it. And is your story that you haven't blinked since you were born?
So everybody, in the draft room, I don't blink a lot.
No.
So
it's awesome.
Don't blink. That's like what people say. Don't blink.
Cut your eyelids off.
In the draft room, we'll sit there in draft meetings, and we're in draft meetings from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I'll be locked in to where people are like, hey, can we take a bathroom break?
I wear a diaper. You should do the same. You do a good job. Tone has a question for you.
You were just talking about finding guys in those meetings that love football. And congratulations, you found one of those in Tedero McMillan, Offensive Rookie of the Year. But there were questions last year about if he did love football, a volleyball player, didn't watch
Unbelievable
tape, blah, blah, blah.
volleyball player, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
But when in the process were you like, oh, that's all bullshit, this guy does love ball, and is that the main goal of the combine for you, or is it on-field stuff?
It's so. First of all, don't listen to the outside noise. There's going to be rumors, but do your own homework on guys, and that's what we do. We bring guys in. We talk to them here. We bring guys in on 30 visits. We do a bunch of Zoom calls with them. We're always talking to these guys. We're trying to find out as much information as possible about them. And with T-Mac, it was obvious that the guy loves football. The guy lives, breathes football. He's a baller. He's a great dude. And when he walks into the room, you're like, this guy's massive. He's big, he's long, and, I don't really play into all the narratives that I heard. I just want to meet the guy face to face, look him in the eye, and ask him those questions and see how he responds. And he responded really well.
Did you watch his volleyball tape?
Yeah, online.
Dude, do you know much about volleyball? I don't know how much you know about the sport.
No, I don't know much.
So
about
I played
that.
in high school. Loved the sport. Very much loved the sport. I had already committed to West Virginia to kick. It was the spring, so I wasn't playing cup soccer, trying to do the entire thing. Volleyball was a spring sport. Played my senior year. It was with the boys. I had so much fun. The amount of strategy, but also the athleticism. You are the jump, the explosion is a real thing. I saw a video of him going from back row, jumping 10 foot off and absolutely hammering. It's that guy might have been an Olympian volleyball player. And
He's
then
an athlete.
Yeah, and then the questions were well, he doesn't like ball, and it's if I was the greatest volleyball player on earth, I think it would be hard for me to buy into it. And then what he did with you guys, and this is him, right? Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was, as a former volleyball player, I was watching saying, wow, this bang right down the line right there.
And he hasn't even scratched the surface of how good he can be from a football perspective. He's going to get bigger, stronger, faster. he's got so much potential.
How do you feel about bigger, stronger, faster off-season plans? Like, I assume you guys have 100% attendance and all that shit. Like,
Yeah. We got a good locker room. Like, we got a bunch of guys that they just want to win. So our attendance, I think, will be pretty good.
Bryce talked about that. He said, like, it wasn't like, oh, great, we made the playoffs. They was like, the locker room was pissed after the game.
The guys are hungry. I'm telling you, we've all been around it. Our locker room is hungry to win, and we're hungry upstairs, and ownership's hungry. So
let's eat.
Let's go eat.
Sounds like organizational alignment, as we talk about a lot. You guys are on the same plan, but going back to switching subject a little bit, Miami Hurricanes, obviously, you're a legend.
So close.
Legend of Miami. We got to see their whole playoff run. They're awesome. Big,
they
fast,
are.
strong, very well coached. What do you think about Mario Cristobal and that staff is doing down there, and are they here to stay? It seems like they really are.
Mario, that's my guy. That's my guy right there. So he was.
yeah, you two would get along. So now that I'm thinking of it,
just
Yeah.
headbutt each other every day. Yeah.
He was a GA when I was a senior.
Okay.
So obviously I was there with him, and like that's my guy. So he's done an excellent job, and our new defensive coordinator down there, he was killing it this year. He did a great job, and having like Malachi Toney and guys like that they've recruited, they've done a great job with that too. So I think we're going to keep.
You can draft a bunch of
that.
Miami guys.
Yeah,
Is it tough not to draft all
Hold
of them?
on, though, Dan. Let's talk about that. Ruben Bain.
Yeah.
Short arms.
Yeah, but he's got a powerful lower body. He can bend, and he's got some power.
He's got a motor.
Okay,
He's got
so-
some power.
So riddle me this. You're a human.
He's not going to be there when we pick.
Unless you make a move.
At 19.
Unless you make a move.
Yeah.
Let Tepper get all hopped up. Out
Yeah.
there.
Look out.
let him get hopped up and make some plays. But on
That's
that
an
note,
overnight.
so like whenever you think about the dimension stuff, and we've asked this a couple times to a couple different GMs, it feels like if you like a guy, you're going to find reasons why it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like a guy, you're going to use it as a reason. Do you think that's probably accurate?
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
humans are making these
Yeah.
decisions at the end of the day,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. For sure. We always say it like, hey, can we make his arms like 31 on the card so it looks better? If you want a guy, like, you can make every excuse. So I think you really just got to stick to your process. You got to stick to what you do, and there's always outliers in every draft, and you just got to decide if, hey, is that outlier? Is he going to defeat that, outlier stigma?
Yeah, and
so-
he took over games. I mean, we watched it. You did too, obviously, watching the entire run.
Yeah.
He had an aura and a presence about it. And then this thing.
He's a bull.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
He is
so
a bull.
awesome. Yeah.
Messidor, he's a baller
Yes,
too.
he is.
Yeah, he might be available. I
Scary.
mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
comment. Go ahead, Con, man.
Miami played in a bunch of big games, and Ohio State, some of those schools. Is that important when you're looking at some players? Like, hey, these guys have been in big moments. They've performed in big moments. When
For
they
sure.
get to the NFL, every moment is massive, and it won't be too big for them. Is that something that you kind of
for sure.
consider, like the school conference type play?
Yeah, so we, our analytics department, they put together like a blue blood score.
Oh, nice.
So it's against, how they do against good opponents. So I think that's really important to see how these guys do against top level competition as opposed to playing against the lower tier schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are we looking for? Just good players? Dogs? Dogs only?
Dogs and good players.
Heard it's a good
Like-
linebacker class.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, what are
It
the
is.
what are
You
the
get
positions?
fired up about that?
What are the positions that we should talk about? Like you think are deep in this
I
class?
think outside linebacker, running back's weak this year. There's some tight ends that are good players in this draft. Some corners, some safeties. So there's a bunch of guys I'm excited about.
More of a defensive league now?
A defensive league?
League, yeah.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's always an offensive league right now. Points are what everybody wants to score, what everybody wants to see. But when you have a good defense, you see what it does.
Keeps you in every game.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, I did. I was like at you as a former linebacker when it is a really good linebacker class. Is it hard for you to not kind of focus on them more? Like, or you're like, I'm a GM now, I can't.
Yeah, I
just-
mean, maybe at first, but I'm kind of out of that now. Now it's just more about like putting a team together and trying to like fit all the pieces of the puzzle together.
And what about like, you have guys like Arvell Reese who are just absolute freaks, and then you have guys like Jacob Rodriguez who their production is absurd. How do you go, potential versus production that you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I'm always going to go with the production.
Okay.
So, even like a guy that maybe makes like a big senior push and, had a big year in his 6th year. Like, to me, like, you do have to be a little careful with that.
Yeah.
You're looking for guys that have been consistently productive throughout their career. So.
Potential get your ass fired.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and I think that is a former player thing.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things that benefit you being a former player, being in your position.
Yeah.
Because we've all been in the locker room, watched guys come in that were supposed to be good, and all of a sudden we're losing games and they're gone before 4 or 5 weeks because they can't figure it out.
Yep.
I think it's a weapon for you. AJ has a question for you, Dave.
Yeah, I guess what's your goal coming into this week as the GM of Carolina? You've been here many times, obviously, in other roles, but what's your, like, when you come here this week, do you have any, I need to see these group or this type of people, or what do you want to come away with this week with?
So I really come down here more for the interviews than I do anything. We watch these guys all year long, so it's nice to put a face to a name. And just even if it's 20 minutes, just sitting there, like, get to know the guy, get a little bit of feel for the guy that you may be calling on draft night, and maybe figure out, like, hey, do we need to bring this guy in and, kick the tires a little more and, like, figure him out a little more than what we already did.
You just mentioned about
you're good.
If you were
Fight him.
going.
Fight him.
Yeah. You scared the shit out of me.
I'm not blinking.
You
I
got
saw
it. But what you just mentioned to Tony about how it's kind of a weak running back class as opposed to other years. You guys bring in Rico Dowdle, and he's one of the stories of the season, it felt like, especially when Chuba Hubbard is one of your leaders. Do you feel like there's a kind of more established running backs that aren't getting as fair of a shake in places, and that's why even when it's a weak running back class, you can kind of scout the other players that, some teams like the Cowboys who drafted Rico but then, kind of let him go. Is it better to go after guys like that at certain positions where hey, this guy can be an absolute stud in our system versus one that they might have been in before?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, we did that with Rico last year.
Yeah.
Like, he ran all over us, and when we thought we could get him in free agency and the price worked out for both sides, I mean, we pulled the trigger on that. So yeah, you're always looking for that value. I think
he was the best player in the league for a little while last year.
For 2 months.
Ty Schmidt, who's on our show, I think he'll be back tomorrow. Ty, we miss you. We love you, man. He's Packers fan. Okay, so
who's that?
Ty Schmidt.
Oh, okay.
He came in on Monday. He was like, is Rico Dowdle the best player? And he wasn't the only one. There was a lot of teams that were like,
the Dolphins, he went for over 200.
Killed the Cowboys.
Yeah. I mean, that becomes a good thing, I think, for the entire team whenever you hit on something like that, right? I mean,
for sure. I mean, that's the goal every year, is to just kind of maybe find those free agents, those second wave free agents, if you want to say, like diamonds in the rough. So
how much money do you have?
Not a ton, but you can always make money.
Okay, so that's kind of what Bean said. We're going to be like 15, 19 over, but we're going to make some moves. And then we had Borgonzi on. He has $100 million over there in Tennessee.
We're on the low. I think we're like right in the middle.
9. Who's about 9, 8?
Yeah.
9 million. Yeah, we're looking at. Who knows if this is accurate? Shout out to Spotrac, by the way. Spotrac does a lot for us, but he's also expanding. Have you seen what Spotrac's doing?
No. Oh yeah.
Projecting contracts. Maybe you check it out. Oh. Projecting contracts, values.
We do that.
Do you?
We do that in house.
Oh, in your own. You have your own Spotrac.
We We just. I mean, we always.
How
get
does
together.
that come together? Okay. So how does that? You have like a. So I go to what's that car auction? Meekum, and what's the other one? There's another one. These two auctions.
So we'll have like the APY list, right?
Barrett Jackson. So I'll go in there.
Yes.
Car will be coming by.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, I'll spend $17,000 on that, but I'm literally not going $1 over.
Yeah.
You're doing same thing in free agency at different positions, different players.
Yeah.
How's that go? Because I remember who was a Carolina Panther last year and then went up to
Milton Williams.
Milton Williams was a Panther, and then he went up to New England.
He was going to be.
Yeah, it was reported.
Yeah.
I think it was reported that he was going to be there by Shefty, who knows everything. But so then, is there like a number you're like, we can't do that? Like, how do you kind of formulate that stuff?
So in free agency, we have basically like a spreadsheet, and it'll have the APY of each guy and by position, so you can basically be like, okay, Milton Williams, where does he slot within this? And then you just kind of slot him in there, and you're like, okay, like, he's worth this.
This is where we can go.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the amount of business that has to happen behind the scenes before these decisions. And then when you're in it, it's like, do we hold on to the rules we made before we were in here? Or do we?
It gets tough. That's where you got to have discipline.
Legit. And I think that's probably where Tepper's probably good because of his history in finance.
Tepper and Brant Tills, he does a really good job too. So I have a good team.
All right, what do you got? You look like you're in pretty good shape right now.
Yeah, Peloton.
Still.
All you guys.
Everybody Pelotons, man.
Yep.
Is that because you can put it in the office? And
It's just easy. I have it at my house. I actually wake up in the morning and I work out before I go to work.
What time are you up?
4:30.
These eyes want to open.
They never want to close.
Okay, so there's a certain bedtime too we need. Are you
9 o'clock.
every day?
Yeah, 9:30.
Just fall asleep the second you lay down?
Yeah.
You do it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
What
Yeah, I
happens if
get
the
tired.
Panthers are on late? Are you like, well,
This sucks. Can we get
Sorry,
some more?
guys.
Then I'm
1
exhausted. And I won't work out the next day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
That a machine actually does take a couple days off.
Yeah, how many straight weeks? Because
Unless they
Bob
lose.
Saleh's
They lose,
on-
he doesn't sleep probably.
107
Yeah.
straight weeks for Bob
Bob
Saleh.
Saleh has 107 weeks straight with at least one workout on Peloton.
I mean, I probably have that.
Which means
I haven't checked.
Yeah, I don't know where this stat is.
He was pretty happy about it.
Hey,
do you race
Saleh-
people?
What's that?
Do you race real people in real time? You can do that, right? On
You
Peloton?
can, yeah, you can do that, but usually when I'm working out, like
No one's awake,
nobody's
yeah.
up there, so because my eyes are wide open.
Yes, they are. 4:30 a.m. workout on Peloton. Those fuckers have no idea who's walking in there. You got some mom that's like, yeah, early Roger before the kids will be out here. What is this eyes wide open guy?
Flowing pastor.
I'm gonna change my
eyes,
my-
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna
Eyes
put
on your
eyes on
tag.
that.
Wide open, yeah. It's not a bad idea.
Profile picture.
Username,
Yes,
whatever.
dude.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Actually, I think
emoji.
yeah, it should just be a black shirt that just has
Two open.
Oh, like those.
I'll make it.
Do you remember those No
Scaring
Fear, the
people.
No Fear logo?
exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's yeah.
Oh, yeah, I had those.
Can you throw? I know you're a defensive guy.
I can, but it's gonna look bad because my left shoulder's jacked up.
Can't lift his.
Are you a
Yeah,
lefty?
it's
You're a
a
lefty.
knocking
I'm a
people out with
lefty.
it for 30 years.
Yeah, it's like a kind of a frozen shoulder. Like I can barely lift it above my head, but I can throw.
Can you tell me about were you were causing CT with your hits, and how do you think about now how the game has gone? Like it feels like it's a full. And are those
The green goo.
yeah?
What is that?
What
This is
piss?
Celsius.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
So that's how we do it.
Celsius and
Oh,
Dasani.
Celsius and water.
Okay.
This guy's drinking energy
All
drinks.
day.
with his
All
water.
day.
like it.
Holy shit.
Yes.
You got to stay up down here, man.
Yeah. Celsius, no joke.
Hey,
Oh, I love
Celsius,
it.
it does taste good.
you're just mixed. Hold on. Okay.
Do the packet.
Okay,
in
there's
there.
a packet.
Yeah, there's a packet.
Oh, okay, I thought you were.
I'm not like dumping it in there.
Yeah, making
No,
a formula.
getting it all over the counter.
That's what
I thought you might have a funnel. I thought you had a
that's
funnel.
what I was-
Yeah, I mean, I would do that if I had to.
Yeah, which is why we respect you.
Yes.
Let's talk about the game as a whole, though. I assume AJ loves you, like AJ loves you, and
We're LBs.
Bam. I mean,
Yeah.
and I think
You should see his mirror advisor he had in Miami. By
Oh,
the
yeah.
way, that was
sick.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of sway, a lot of moxie for a Philly kid playing for the U. But also, I think like we're hitting people.
Yep.
You know, like we're trying to really do it.
Yeah.
Striking.
Yeah.
Violent.
Yeah, a lot of we're doing this. The game has completely evolved, right? How do you feel about where it's at right now? How do you feel about the state of the game? I think it's awesome. We're still getting huge hits. I think it took a generation of kids to go through the Heads Up football program and all that shit that they like initiated 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's definitely safer than when we played. You know, we're like going like face first in the stuff and knocking ourselves out, and so yeah, things are a lot better now. Especially like all the off-season stuff. There's more time, you know, for the guys to get rest, and even like the OTAs and the mini camps, like they're not as intense as they used to be.
I love it. I love where the game's at. I love where the league's at. I love where your team's at, bro. It was fun to watch Charlotte come alive.
Yeah, appreciate
You know, because
that.
Charlotte has so many down there. I mean, obviously Luke Combs is like the man who loves your team. Eric Church loves it there.
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Cam Newton coming back was awesome. It's like that city is.
That was awesome.
It was.
Yeah, it
That
was.
place was crazy. I think did he put a hole in that thing?
I don't know if he did or
Almost
not.
did.
I don't think so.
Torbert did. I believe.
I think Keegley did too.
Tolbert, excuse me.
Tolbert, man,
Mike
that guy
Tolbert.
was impossible to tackle.
Yeah.
Legs were this big.
But that's a hub, though. Like, and I think people forget, like, hey, Charlotte is a hub for a lot of shit.
Yeah. But you got to give them a reason to show up.
Bingo. But just like Indianapolis, like Charlotte hosts a lot of things.
Yeah.
Charlotte's a great city. Charlotte has it all. And if your NFL team is playing well, it kind of spotlights it all.
Yep.
You know, so the fact that you're doing that for a city that we love and is so awesome. So I can't wait to see what you do out there.
Good football team.
Hey, Panthers
You
are a
guys say
good
that a
football
lot.
team.
Yeah, we do.
The Panthers are a good football team.
That's another
They're
I like that.
good
Yeah, I
football.
like that.
Okay, so you've heard us say this?
Oh yeah, I have. I like that.
Yeah,
That's a good football team.
Because you beat a team, and everybody's like, this team sucks. They lost to the Panthers. And we're just
Yeah.
like, hey.
No, that's good football.
Panthers are a good football team.
Yeah.
That is a good
Yeah.
football team.
Appreciate
And
that.
soon, I think. It's a great football team.
You know what
Yeah.
else? You
Yeah.
guys were, I believe, 9-0 or 10-0 against the spread after a loss. Great bounce back team. Thank you for that.
Resilient.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that. No, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's what we were telling
We
you.
knew, hey, if there was a loss, you guys were fucking winning the next game.
Hey, that's dogs
Hopefully
only.
that doesn't happen too much.
There you go.
in
Oh,
the
okay.
future.
Whew. Another legend.
Oh, shit.
Looks like is he gonna go run a 40?
I don't know.
Yeah, you probably tackled him a couple times. Tried
What's
to.
up?
Frank, good to see you.
Man,
dude. Couple
what's up,
Miami
man?
legends here. Frank
How you
Moore,
doing?
How you
obviously,
doing,
Dan
Frank?
Jeez.
Nice to meet you, man. Welcome,
Frank.
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 Do you want us to?
Yeah, do you just
Like
want to
those
Bump
shoes.
down.
Those shoes
You
are
gotta work?
beautiful.
Yeah, I gotta go to work.
Here you go, real quick. Frank, how are you?
I'm great, man.
We love you, dude.
You know I love you, baby.
Come on, dude.
Hey,
I love you, man.
I wish he would have been with us in San Fran. I told him all the time when I played with him at the Colts.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay. We'll be here tomorrow, too.
right.
We appreciate you, Frank. Hey, you think I could slip one in you?
I wouldn't try.
What do you think,
Nope.
Frank?
That's a great dude right there.
Dude, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wears no pads.
Nope.
What do you play? Sonic seasons at running back?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think the first thing I said to him was like, hey, you're fucking hilarious. And he goes, whoa, why? You know, because he's quiet. I'm like, you got no pads on. You're wearing soccer cleats. I don't know what size those socks are. That's definitely not what you're supposed to be wearing. And you don't care at all.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't care about any of it. Great teammate.
Yeah.
Beloved by everybody. Worked his ass off. Like, I loved Franco. I was so lucky to be his teammate. I was so lucky to be his teammate. But he did tell me a lot of times, like, hey, if you would have been in San Fran with you were supposed to be with us. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's an honor to hear that, and I would love the city out there. Dan, you said you can't throw great, but because you're a competitor, because you're an athlete, I think you're going to get the job done. Will you like to attempt a $100,000 throw? Let's go ahead to this, Dan. Let's go ahead.
Come on, Dan.
Yeah, he's a competitor.
Let's go, Dahn.
Just don't make fun of me.
Never would.
We will.
Trust
Definitely.
me.
You can.
You can.
Dan Morgan, hey, you can come over here. You're a lefty?
I can't believe he's drinking piss.
Okay, how old are you, brother?
47.
God, you look good. I want to let you know, the guy right over there, wait until you take your headset off and said, I can't believe this guy's drinking piss. So there is some people
That's
that are
what it looks
wondering
like.
whether or not it's Celsius.
It's good though.
Piss or Celsius?
Okay, 47 years old, obviously a defensive legend, current general manager for the Carolina Panthers. If you put this football into that hole right there, we will donate $100,000 to a charity of your choosing. Does that sound good, dude?
Sounds good.
All right, why don't you go ahead and do that thing? Let's athlete that thing in there,
Come on
shall
now,
we?
Dan.
He shredded his shoulder giving CT.
Okay.
All right.
Good zip on
Oh,
the
yeah,
ball.
he's bringing it down.
Good zip.
Oh,
Yeah,
hold on.
He's going quick.
Put that.
Yeah.
He put that in a
He
pocket.
can't lift it. He can't lift it above his arm. You know.
Do you throw at practice ever?
No. There was a quarterback that didn't show up to a workout that I was out in Memphis. There was a running back working out, and I had to throw, and it was ugly.
Did the kid get the gig or no?
And you
What's that?
pick him
The
up.
kid get the job or no?
No, he didn't get the job. We didn't.
He had no chance.
We didn't draft him because I couldn't tell if he was good or not.
Okay, well, let's not think about that. Let's not think about the first throw. Let's go ahead and put this thing into that hole for a $100,000 donation and to a charity of your choosing.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Hey, that kid, it might have been the running back, just sucks, bro. That was a great throw there. Dan, we appreciate you. The boys love you. Good luck in Carolina, and thanks for everything, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Oh my goodness. This is gonna get weird.
Yeah, it is.
They don't.
Already is.
They don't.
He dominates his kids in the staring contest.
My son's the same.
That's a skill.
You won't win.
That's a skill.
I don't think I will. Appreciate it, man. You too, dude. Thank you, dude. Good luck down there. Please tell everybody in Carolina we love them and appreciate it. Hey, Dave. Hey,
Thanks,
real
man.
quick.
Good luck.
Hey, last question. Need this. Dave giving up play calling duties. What's that all about? We like that? We don't like that? Why do you
Yeah, I mean, I think he just kind of wanted to be more of a head coach.
Is that a decision that you talk with him? Everybody talks.
Yeah, we talked together, but it was his decision.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're not.
I think it'll be good.
Okay, good.
And I know he's excited about it.
Okay, cool. So we shouldn't make a big deal of that.
No.
Okay, good.
You can always take it back.
You got it.
Bingo.
Dan Morgan.
All right, Dan. Oh, it's an honor.
See you, Dad.
We got a group of lads over here. I don't know. They look to be strapping. See you, Dan. Good luck, dude. Everybody's just leaving. We do the meetings and we'll get out of here.
Yeah, it's kind of it's interesting.
Everyone's
Kind of the last
They watch
day.
it's too good of a TV product, so they watch on home.
They're here for the meeting.
So, I mean, it started with, for us, learning the Chargers. Remember, the Chargers always come on Wednesday. And for our show, they stop by.
Yeah.
And then we're like, where are you guys going next? They're like, home. It's like, the workouts start tomorrow. Like, exactly. So we're going to go watch this.
Got to be in my seat for it.
It's like, what are you here for? Well, here for the meetings, here to kind of learn about the guys, put a face to a name. There's been a lot of that. It feels like the interactions are what the Combine's all about. That's why the NFL spring break happening here in Indianapolis is so damn perfect. The city is conducive. Do we know who these guys are that are just kind of standing here? It looks like they're potential workout guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, it kind of looks like they are kids that might be working the combine field itself.
That would be the equipment managers from the Colts, right? Isn't that normally who?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, who are you guys?
A rugby team?
Yeah, you guys. Okay, sweet.
What did he say?
I don't know. Here, wait.
Congrats.
See, what'd they say?
What'd you say? Huh?
We're working it.
They're working the event.
Where are you guys from? Taylor University? Oh, hell yeah. Good to see you, boys. Thank you for stopping by.
Baylor or Taylor?
Good to see you.
What's Taylor?
Taylor?
I'll tell you what. I could have been a college. I threw out university. Felt good about it being right.
I assumed you knew.
Foss is working the beer stand over there, so that's nice.
Yeah, grabbing a couple pints.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem.
What are these kids behind the
That's
counter?
exactly what we're talking
He's
about.
behind the bar.
That's exactly what we're talking about right there. It is a spectacular spectacle.
It is a spectacular spectacle.
And, with where we are, obviously this is absurd that we get to use this.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lucas Oil, shout out to Indianapolis. I don't want to continue to reiterate this, but there was a time where the Combine was a massive show. Remember, it was like a huge spectacle.
Yes.
And then, I don't know if the NFL Network kind of just took it in and kind of took it over and hey, nobody's allowed in here, because then they start the Convention Center, Radio Row. And it's like, once we get the relationships that we kind of get in this entire thing, and we're from Indianapolis, it's like, hey, the Combine's like a very special event, not only for the NFL, but for our city of Indianapolis. We'd like to try to at least do a show from there. And then the people of Indy, come up to me and they're like, hey, nobody's using the horseshoe stage or whatever. And I'm like, the one that's right in the dead center? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, could we use that? And the people are like, yeah, we will certainly allow you to do that. And I'm like, sick. So then Roger Goodell and the NFL gets in, and then obviously with ESPN helping out with the production of it all, it's like, we're very lucky and thankful to be here. And getting to hang out downtown, usually, because we're from Indianapolis, I would never hang out downtown. But hanging out downtown after the show and before the show has been so much fun. Getting a chance to see people that I haven't seen in a long time, meet people that I haven't, ever got a chance to meet, even talk to people that maybe we have buried on this show.
Definitely.
And then walking into a room and just being like, I have no idea how this is going to go. I remember distinctly us saying some funny, definitely funny.
That's our job. It's our
shit
job.
about it. And that's how they all reacted. That is literally how they all reacted. They everybody that I've talked to has been very gracious to us and very welcoming to us and our show. And we can't thank everybody enough for allowing us to do this, honestly. Both the people that watch and the people that had to approve all of this shit. So we're thankful to be here, and it continues tomorrow. And tomorrow, Feel Good Golden Friday, Jackie Hughes will be here live in person. We cannot wait to chat with the gold medal boy, Jack Hughes, what he did last night at his Devils game with Tage Thompson with the Buffalo, where they did an entire, I don't want to say ceremony, because it was kind of a ceremony of a celebration of him. I thought it was really cool. Cannot wait to chat with him. And shout out to the Devils fans reacting the way that they certainly reacted. And Megan Keller will be joining us via Zoom call. I would like to let everybody know, offered up private travel for her to come and join us live alongside Jack, so we could have a nice gold medal celebration of the hockey teams and us being the greatest hockey country on earth, the home of hockey, us being the hockey capital of this here planet. Canada used to have it, not anymore. Sorry,
45
Gumpy.
boys, 45 more straight, and you'll be tied. Way to go.
This guy.
We're just looking
Congratulations, by the way.
We're looking
Congrats.
for right now.
Thank you for the congratulations. I liked hearing that from McKinnon, too, whenever he...
Well, they chopped that quote. Let's be fair.
No, people don't do that.
They chopped that quote. They did him dirty.
That was one of the sentences
and then
in the entire
And then he
quote.
said, United States won the game.
And he was still salty about it and said, "You be the judge."
He certainly was salty about it, which I certainly could be if I was them as well, because they did. But Hallebuck saw every puck. 100 shots is not enough. We own the sport. That is so tough. He's on his head. That's Hallebuck. So we'll talk to Megan tomorrow via Zoom. She's in Ottawa. She cannot make it to Indianapolis, although we did extend. Also, if the women's hockey team or anybody else puts together any big-time parties that we hear about, would love to be a part of it. Love buying drinks for people that do awesome things. We're incredibly thankful for all of our athletes that represent our country. We'll get a chance to chat with a few of them tomorrow and also into next week. I believe we got Michaela Schifrin stopping by the show next week. I believe we got Alex Ferreira stopping by the show next week. So we're trying to showcase and spotlight all that is great in sports and athleticism. And whenever you talk about great things happening in sport, you can't help but talk about Big Turk Lesnar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Highlights hit the internet of Turk Lesnar. First of all, is this the greatest name of all time?
Up there.
Potentially. 16 years old, 6'2", 230 out of the JPHL. Okay, they're in the playoffs right now. His Calgary team is certainly in it. He had a hat trick while also dummying like 6 different dudes.
I said, tell me about your third bingo, Paul.
Hey, talk about the third bingo. I just got it from I think Beersy sent it to me, and I went barred down, and it was just like such a magical moment here of hockey and sports celebration. And the fact that Brock's boy, Turk, is out there doing it. He's a defenseman, putting up hat tricks, 3 bingos, and fighting 8 people in one video that I saw on the internet. This is what we're talking about. Hockey's the greatest sport. In Turk, I know you played a lot of hockey up there in Canada. When the time comes, you know what to do.
Yep.
You know what uniform to put on, pal. Oh, yeah. You know who it's going to be for. And now I'll tell you what, Maya Lesnar, all eyes are on the Olympics in L.A. Turk Lesnar, all eyes are on the Olympics coming up. And then there's a little Lesnar. Ooh. Yeah, there's a younger Lesnar that is also on the ice. And when the dad is maybe the most dominant athletic creature that has ever been put out there, what a time to be alive. Hey, Big Turk, keep doing it, bud.
Hell yeah, Turk.
And the entire Calgary team. Good luck winning the league.
Yeah.
I hope you guys do that. And maybe a couple more bingos for the boys.
Yeah, a couple bingos. A couple apples.
The Insiders are no longer going to be live. I've seen they took their set down. Okay, that's interesting. NFL Live, I believe, is going to be live.
I believe they're live, right? Well, I see Tannenbaum and Field Yates.
Oh, that's that Draft Daily show.
Oh, okay.
That's that Draft Daily show on ESPN2. I believe NFL Live will be live from over here as well.
Sweet.
I think I saw Schrags. I believe Dano is over here. I believe Laura Rutledge is in town.
Yeah. Shefty's still sitting over.
The whole team.
Yeah.
Everybody's filing in for the... Sean Payton. Not calling plays anymore. What happened? Hold on. Can you walk right over here? Sean, can you walk right over here? There's a microphone right here, Sean. Can you walk right here? Yeah. You're Sean Payton. You can do whatever you want.
It's like a urinal. I just come up to it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
That's awesome.
First of all, congratulations. Hey, hell of a season. Hell of a season.
Honestly, you're on air right now.
Yeah, we're wrapping up, but then we saw you. So
listen, I'll stop and talk with you guys anytime.
Can we
Appreciate it.
2 quick minutes? Congratulations.
Thank you.
You didn't win the Super Bowl, but fuck. You guys are in a great spot right now.
We're young.
Yes, it feels like you're young, and you're obviously building, and you can see and feel what you're building. Is that how you feel about the Denver Broncos?
I would say this. I think, absolutely. We're in a much better position cap-wise now.
Yeah.
And you kind of approach it like, hey, we're going to play young players. And you guys have seen this long enough now. Young and naive can be dangerous sometimes. And when you have one of those teams and they get this type of experience last year, first round of the playoffs, this year, into the second to last weekend, you just, you get excited about coming back and looking at another draft class now.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. I don't want to bring up.
No, bring up anything.
Bo getting hurt, man. We are so sorry.
It was on the third to last play of the game, and he had come over to the sideline, after the injury took place. He threw a deep pass interference, and it was a significant play. We're going to kick this chip shot. And so when he comes over, I kind of jack him in the shoulder like, and he's like, And I was like, what's? I said, you'll be fine. I said, watch this kid hit this field goal. We're going to be in the championship. I jabbed him again, and all the while so we get into the locker room. It's pretty common where I would do the media, and then after he got undressed and showered, he'd go do the media. And when I came back from the presser, they're the trainer, doctor, and I didn't know, I knew something was up. They were in my office there. I just didn't know who, and then they told me it was Bo, and so, well, it was Saturday night. We weren't going to see our team till Monday, and I thought there's no way this story goes, till Monday, and so I showered and went back and just said, hey, here's what happened. And it was, there was kind of this surreal feeling or numbing, if you will, because so many things had just gone on. You just won a big game, but you just lost your quarterback. And it's unfortunate. It's one of those deals.
Yeah, it sucks. It's football. I mean, it's the NFL. It's football. That's going to happen. But obviously, you hope that is not the case. I feel like for you guys, though, you'll be able to use that as motivation all offseason, right? It feels like.
Yeah, I think, look, the one thing, and you guys all know this, as tough as it is, it's like frickin' chutes and ladders, though. Mm-hmm. Like, table gets flipped up, dice get put away, open it back up, you start at zero. And you start the journey again. Now you're more experienced. You've got more confidence. You've added some key pieces. And I think with every season, there are these extremely important games. Maybe in 17 weeks, there might be 2. When that road win at Philly on a short week was one of those wins. And so as we get ready this year, we're going to have a good schedule. Obviously, we play the NFC West.
Pretty good.
3 of those teams were all playoff teams. But you do have to recharge and start again. You push the offseason schedule back a little bit. Normally, it starts mid-April. Our guys won't come in until the 1st of May. And then we won't see them. We won't do a football item until June. They'll just be lifting for a month before we ever, because you don't want them to feel like we're back here at practice again and we were just here.
It wasn't enough time, refresh.
You want a gap. And honestly, they need that, and we need that. And so I like when they have a good month of so we'll just do phase 1 for a month, regardless of what the schedule says, and then we'll do OTAs and a mini camp in June.
I love that. And once again, you're a gangster, so you can do these things. You can walk into a place.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what. Exactly. You can do that because of who you are. Your resume says that.
I think here's the other thing, though. We're constantly selling. So we had an injury issue. That first year I got there, they had finished 32nd with players missed games because of injury, 130 some players, and we spent a lot of time and money with our training staff. It's hard to have that room be something the players love.
Yes.
You follow me?
Yes, agreed.
It's always like that Shangri-La. It's somewhere else it's better. And that very first offseason after 23, we put the numbers up, and we reduced it to 36, first in the league. 2 years ago, first in the league. So they believe in, part of it is hey, I want you to be here, but tell me why. And then we could show them, here are the numbers. You're doing the right thing. And as a result of it, our team's healthier.
Yeah, and also you have one of the most prolific offenses in the history, documented multiple times. So you are a guru genius. So the boys are going to buy into that. Got a great shoe game, so the swag is obviously ridiculous. Yep, always you are. You're giving up play calling?
I am.
This feels like a huge deal. Have you ever given up play calling before?
The first time, in 2011, fractured my tib plateau in a Tampa Bay game. A play came into the sideline, and it was, a surgery Monday. It was like a 9-month recovery. But anyway, all during the week, I'm in the hospital, and I tell Pete, hey, you're going to have to run the meetings, call the plays. We're playing the Colts Sunday Night Football.
In New Orleans?
In New Orleans.
Yeah.
Peyton is not playing.
Yeah, Curtis is playing. Yeah, I played quarterback. Okay, can I tell you our angle of this?
Go ahead. This is a good story.
Okay, I was scout team quarterback against our defense, and boy, if I looked left and then to the right, tight end was wide open right down. I threw for 50 touchdowns that week, maybe with your offense.
So,
and then you guys did the same.
if you were having that success, we just had to like find a way for Drew to have it.
Yes, yeah, Drew Brees, first ballot Hall of Famer. Yeah, exactly.
So, I remember I was back in the office for Friday's meetings, and really, you're out of touch. You had surgery, and we're playing Sunday night. I'm in the press box, and Pete's calling the game, and we win 63 to something.
Yeah.
I said to Pete, "You are killing me. I'm getting ready to do a new contract." I'm up in the press box. We score record total points in the history of the Saints organization. Anyway, I got pissed at Fred Godelli because I had a dip in, and they put the camera. And I got busted with the dip in.
You won people over. So this would be the second time. That
was the first time, and it's happened a few times. I think this young coach, and I say young, Davis Webb is something. And sure, it's funny the timeline that when you have a young coach like a Joe Brady or a Declan Doyle or any of these guys that I've been fortunate enough to hire when they're young coaches, like what you think is their timeline of success. Position coach, coordinator, head coach is always 2 years behind what the league sees. It's much quicker. And so I remember interviewing Davis. He's one of those few players that came from playing right into coaching. There's usually a couple of years. And he finished the interview, and we had a schedule with some other guys lined up. And as he's heading to the airport, I turned to George Payton. I said, I don't know what we're doing letting him leave the building. Call the driver back up. He comes back and hire him. But he's going to be one of those guys, like just as I'm making him a coordinator, it's not on your timeline.
Yeah.
And and the same thing happens with these young players that all of a sudden hit it, and it's a young man's league. So I'm excited for him. Look, I'll still be involved. Having done it before, the thing that is a little unusual, like when you're in those studio sets, chairs, I did this with Fox, all right, where do you put your hands? How do I?
Yeah, sure.
And on game day, you feel like you got a call sheet, you're looking at it, but you're kind of empty-handed.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to watch you be a CEO, full on.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm excited to see that evolution for you. AJ has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, you talked about the team health and how you figured that out once you got there. We know you come from your Bill Parcells coaching tree. We know your practices are legendary. Your training camp is known to be very, very tough, very hard-nosed. I guess how have you worked that out over the years?
So here's the one thing I think all of us have gotten better with is you have to cycle up and down. There's never this just straight. And so how we approach the day following a day off is much different. It's a
ramp.
Yeah,
back
we
up.
have these alert days that we are not going to have anyone get injured on these alert days. And so it's a ramp up, it's a plateau, it's a ramp down. And we've learned a lot since we had a 7-week training camp in Jackson, Mississippi that first year.
I've heard about those.
Yeah, the legendary stories.
So that's changed, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so, but I do believe you have to build a callus, though, relative to inside run, play in some preseason games. We're not 3 days on, a day off, 3 days. And now I can say all that, but then when you go 3 years in a row and point to the data, the thing I think is most important, though, is this time of the year, like when they join us again, I really don't want coaches talking to them about football. If the conversation exists, I want it to be about your family or how much you're benching, what your weight's like. Like I want that month and a half. And I remember Bill was that way. I mean, I'd run out with the QBs and the first time this is my first year with Bill, and they're throwing to the receivers, and he calls me over. He said, if one of those guys gets a hamstring, I'm going to have another quarterback receiver coach. But you want them pulling into the parking lot, not feeling like they're coming to practice, like they're actually coming to train. And there's all the stuff they need, the supplement center. We're building a new facility. So we are selling. Because it's a choice, and you just want to make it so good that it's way better than any other option you have.
I wish I could have played for you. And I know you guys opened up an office that was in that building just a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
There's one upstairs in a parking lot and everything.
Yeah, we're 3 months away from moving literally right across the field to a new facility.
Oh, really?
And so right after mini camp, we'll pack everything up, and when we come back for training camp, we'll be in the new.
Sick.
And it's literally just on the other side of the practice field.
That's a dream situation. New facility, young QB, young team, experience early. Life has to be good. Last question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, you're on the competition committee now. What is kind of the most pressing thing?
I was on it before, and I was asked a bunch of questions the other day, and the problem is Sunday I had gotten food poisoning, and I literally was in this Marriott for like 24 hours. And I didn't
beat up or no?
Listen, not yet. I had the Pedialyte, all that stuff, but I didn't get to the first 2 meetings, and so I'm doing my media session, and they're asking me about this, and I'm just trying to cruise through it. Fortunately, there aren't a lot of big items.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't appear. I'll get up to speed and be there before the owners' meetings, but. Look, I like those topics when you're passionate about the game, and yeah, I'm easy to get fired up on some of those things.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Coach, the refs, the union renegotiation happening. That's a huge deal.
It is, and
are we going to fix that
I'm so
ever?
removed from it.
Okay.
Like, in other words, I have no idea what that means. I know there's a union. I know that the last time they had that, there was a challenge,
high school
right?
refs, yeah.
And then, like, all I was thinking about is, like, my cycle getting off the plane, and it was every 25 minutes that I was having to, and I knew that it was 28 minutes from the airport to the hotel, and it was 12:50 in the morning. And my driver didn't speak English, and I thought if I ask him to get out, he might leave me here. It was 8 degrees, and I thought this is where I'm going to die. And then I get to the hotel, and the manager's training someone to check in.
Oh,
and I
yes.
said, well, not with this room.
The worst.
That was the time. I need my key.
Immediately, yeah. No, all good though. It's good to be back here. I'm just from right up the road. I went to camp here. Franklin, Indiana, for so many years. My high school coach was from Indianapolis. Like,
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, I'm from Illinois, so used to go to Franklin College.
Oh, did you hear? Illinois?
No.
The governor of Indiana was just on. He's saying the Bears are coming to Indiana.
Really?
Yeah, he's like he was sitting right here.
Confident.
People don't realize back in the day when we all watched, and you guys may not have, you're young, but you remember Brian's song? Brian Piccolo.
I do.
Yes.
Very sad
that was at
movie.
St. Joe's University, which is no longer a school. That's where their training camp was. So when you see those old films of the Bears coach, they trained in northern Indiana for a number of years.
There you go. Pete Ward, president of the Colts, sent me a text while I was talking to the governor.
That's really unbelievable.
Yeah, that's happening. He seems that the governor
very confident.
seems to think it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And quietly, I think the Chiefs moved from
Missouri
to Kansas.
Yeah.
And that was kind of
And I think people didn't, because a lot of people, Kansas City, they're in Kansas. Yeah.
Well, the whole country woke up and we didn't pay any attention to it. We paid attention when the Colts moved from Baltimore here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That was a big
absolutely.
one.
But I think it's hard to believe, being from the Chicago area, that the Bears are going to be in northern Indiana.
I think it's happening. Pete Ward said, the president of the Colts, he said Hammond had an NFL team back in the 1920s.
There you go.
Good squad.
The Hammond Pros. Okay.
And so I don't think people realize how close, like if you're from the Chicago area, Notre Dame kind of became your adopted university a little bit back when there wasn't, and there are a ton of alumni. It's not that big of a drive, but
Did you watch the Olympics?
I did.
Dude, how awesome is that when we win anything? I get so excited. Like the women's team, when Keller cooks Canada in overtime, it's like, what a moment. The men doing what they did on the second to last day of the Olympics.
How about the skater from Wisconsin? They showed the little ice track his parents dug, and
Jordan Stolz?
Yeah, he was a star.
Star. Yeah. Yes, he
Beast.
absolutely was. I got captivated by all that. Just competing, I think, is what we like.
No, it's good. And there's something about the Winter Games. I don't know why. And I'm kind of the traditionalist where some of the X Games stuff, I don't know when it was like, when did that
get to the Olympics?
But, the traditional was like the ski jump. the luge.
Yeah.
Those are all the conventional ones. And then all of a sudden there'll be one of these. You're like, I don't know when they slipped that in there.
You're the man. Good luck this entire offseason.
Thank you, Coach.
Great seeing you guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, congrats, dude. You're the man.
Thank you, man.
Hey, never a doubt, by the way, Sean. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Payton.
Yeah, Sean.
Could be late to a meeting there.
For sure.
Yeah.
His person was behind him.
Probably running the meeting.
Yeah.
He's jogging.
Yeah.
A little pep in the step.
Shefty is chasing him
Yeah,
down.
Shefty, catch up, bub. We need the news, Shefty. We need the news.
Shefty's a shadow
What is
right
Shefty?
Shefty, we need the news.
He caught up to him.
Shregs just showed up over here. Holy hell, we might have him on the program tomorrow.
That baby Shregs.
Boom.
He was just sitting here on a director's chair for like 7 hours this morning on Get Up and First Take, just telling everything he knows from the bars and the greatest brunch spot maybe in America that he needs to just keep his mouth shut
Yeah, he
about.
does.
Yeah, ruining that for
Yeah,
everybody. I'm
absolutely.
assuming he might have gotten a noogie or two. Like, hey, Peter, why don't you shut your trap, buddy? You want to be
Legit.
invited next year?
Peter's kind of giving away.
Has Ian and Jordo seen each other?
Yeah, they did. It was a big
They fought,
chest to chest.
Wouldn't that be awesome to see them chest bump?
We should have them
a
do it.
face off.
They were
Right
chin
here.
to chin. Yeah.
Imagine, I mean,
Take their shirts off, do a face off. You're like Dana
Schultz.
White in the middle of them.
Lads, how you doing, boys? Good to see you guys.
We haven't seen rap, but we're also above like 5'5". So it's tough to-
Whoa.
All right. Let's get out of here.
He walked by.
Shregs, do you know anything about Rapp and Schultz? Anything go on yet? Two fights. Yeah, part two. We should have them do a little stare down.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and then they would squash the beef, or they'd fight.
No, start the beef.
Well,
Then
we
maybe
could sell it as, "Hey guys, squash the beef," and then all of a sudden they get into a fight.
Maybe we call Zuffa up.
And we give them we give them both like drugs.
Don't tell the
so that
UFC
they have to
fighters.
fight.
Get them on. Give them both meth.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get out of here. What
Let's
a day.
find it.
Go ball. Hey,
right down the
AJ,
street.
thank you for traveling.
Thank you. This is awesome.
Connor, great show.
Yeah, you too.
Tone, way
You
to
too.
go. I like your bets.
I do too.
I do. Now, granted, you were boozing so hard we don't know if your brain still works, but
There was one problem also we ran into this morning.
What was that?
Just right now, I don't know if they're currently on the site at the moment.
For some of us, they are. Some they aren't. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
what do you mean, the bets that he gave
Yeah,
out?
well, any of them. Any of them.
Hey, here's the bet of the day. And
Need the
everybody's like, where is it?
Yeah, need the combine tab to come back. Okay.
Yeah, DraftKings, I think Tone might have cooked a little bit, got a little action on something, and then all of a sudden
Who
that
knows?
disappears.
Checking right now just to see.
Yeah, see if they brought it back. Truck boys, good work today, boys.
Baby.
Bruce, why not to just cover up Gumpy's face?
Yeah.
Yep, got rid of the computer stand. It's right here.
Hey, Foxy, full chaos, I heard, in my ear from the truck as the show started. Yeah, 6 minutes before we go live. None of the graphics work. Terry Deck just crashed. We can still go live, but not on TikTok or X. It's like, okay. Do we have anything?
Yeah, a lot of chaos back here in the first hour. It's not good when you're crammed in this corner, and then you got someone here working with all this stuff, and then you got people in that room trying to fix stuff, people in that room trying to fix stuff. But hey, that's technology, baby.
Good battle. That is technology, and we'd like to say to Barcode and team back there. And Nick, I think, was in the middle of it as well. And ZD, baby, it's like, hey, good work, boys.
They
Way to
did.
battle.
They figured it all out very well.
You know
I think
whose
if you
fault it
watched,
was.
you wouldn't have noticed that we had tech issues. I hope.
No, definitely. Those graphics at the beginning of the show were ass. And they were screenshotted from previous shows.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Barcode and Nick were back there, like, just trying to figure out a way to do it. Screenshotting
Still
previous
pretty good,
ones.
man.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they're good.
I would like to say, in the truck, from the chaos that I was hearing while I'm speaking about what's going on in the truck in one ear here, this is kind of how this whole thing works, a little fourth wall here. So my right ear, obviously, I could talk to boys, I could talk to truck, I can talk to Scott, I can talk to everybody. I got this button up here. My right ear, though, is the thing that everybody communicates back through. And, sometimes I'm not acting like this is abnormal. While I'm talking, this communication is happening. So it's like, my voice is very loud, and then you got other people's voices in here. And then there's like, we have no graphics. We have graphics. Wait, we don't have graphics while I'm talking. And it's like, wow, this is awesome what's happening back there. And I want to let you boys know, just like Bailey McComas did this morning, way to handle adversity back there. Way to handle the pressure and way to make magic happen. I'm very proud of you all. And shout out to Barcode and team for making that happen. Honestly,
boys.
legitimately.
Yeah. Good work, boys.
Now, let's not fucking have it happen again.
Yeah, we already got 2 computers ordered, a good computer and a backup computer if good computer goes out. So problem solved until it's not.
Technology is the greatest thing on earth and then also the worst. And
yeah, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Yeah. This is literally just what happens. And I would say this, it's better to have no graphics and be live from the Combine than have a bunch of graphics and not be live from the Combine. We're incredibly thankful to be here. We'll see you tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. We're in this thing together. AJ, anything to say to the people here?
I hope all the boys have a great workout this afternoon.
Hell yeah.
Just the Ohio State guys?
Them as well as everybody else.
And Michigan? Whoa!
Sure.
They don't have any guys here.
Once they're in the pros, they're going to be teammates.
Just kidding. Yeah.
You're the man. Team on me, team on 3. We'll see you tomorrow. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
Goodbye.